Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, whoever you are. Welcome to a spicy different stream. This is the second tier list stream we've done. That's right. Last time we had a bunch of the chosen and we got a character tier list for all the followers in the game, and it took quite some time, but we decided to do it again because we had some non-stream scheduled at the end of the month. And we're back today to review every action card in the game. I think there's 184 different cards we've got to get through. So even if we're a minute a card, it's going to take 3 hours. And I'm joined here today by, at the moment, Robin and Santa. Whether or not Anth joins us later is to be determined. But say hello to the people, y'all.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
What's up, Chris in chat? And yeah, today we've got 6 categories that we can put cards into. D, right at the bottom, is discard worthy. So anything that you draw and you're like, well, this is going to be an easy end of turn discard. That's a D card. C is could be worse. You know, like, I guess maybe, like, once every now and then I'll use this. B is bang average. Like, you're going to play it in 50% of the games that you draw it, maybe. As long as it's, like, on colour. A, always nice. You're never unhappy to draw this card. That's an A. S is sweet! And S+. Stupidly good. Stupid, like Santa level of stupid.
I don't think that's possible.
So, yeah, let's get into this, guys. Oh, I'll ask a question before we start, because I did this last time. How many cards do you think will be in S+ by the end of this?
4.
I think it's going to be a lot higher than... Last time it was 2 for the characters, but there's a lot of cards, and I think it's going to be a lot higher.
There's a lot of good cards. You're probably right.
I'll guess... Wait, how many cards are there total?
I think 184.
Okay.
All of these.
Yeah. I'll guess 12.
12. That's a good
Well,
estimate.
that's high. I'm going to change my guess to 6.
I'm going to say... Well, I'll say 13, because then, you know.
Yeah.
No point going higher than that, right? So 6,
That's
12,
true.
and 13 are the estimates. Why don't I get a poll going before we kick it off, and we'll see who's right on the S tier. Or the S+ tier. But the first card for you guys, if you want to start talking about it, is Idam. Played by a
Could be
Sean
worse.
Chan follower. Take control of a female follower channel in tier 3. You think
I
it's
would
a
definitely
C?
put that D. Discard worthy.
Yeah, I'd put it in D.
Discard worthy.
Almost
Really?
never
100%.
worth it. Almost never use it.
I mean, almost never use it, sure, but it's a good way to fuck with Rand.
That point in the game, though?
Yeah, by the time you join tier 3s, I'm not so sure.
And you're
Fair
likely
enough.
to discard it anyway before you have a chance to use it.
Tier 3 card? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I agree. We can do discard. What? That
I
card's
think
trash.
that's an easy one to start off with. I think they're in alphabetical order. But yeah, adapt the plan is next. Reaction to 8 leadership when an action you play is cancelled. Draw 4 cards. I
Say
think
in
it's-
theory it's good, but it doesn't tend to get used often. And it's because like you can only use it when you're being canceled. And it might save you, but probably not. So it's not something that you'd probably keep unless you're like naive and have a lot of card hand size.
I think I'd be leaning towards putting it at the low end of B.
B.
Maybe top end
Yeah.
of
I'm
C
thinking
even.
C.
I think top of C or lower B is, you know, the lines between the ends of them will get more blurry the more cards we add onto the lists, but
True.
I think top of C, bottom of B is, like, fine. Well, we may change some of these around, like, as we see where we put other familiar cards or whatever. The next one up, though, we'll leave it at the top C for now. Aelfin. Look at another player's hand and take any card.
It's pretty nice. I'd say.
This
it's
is
always
either
nice.
S or S plus.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was gonna say top of A, low of S. Because
I was thinking
yeah, it's nice.
A.
Might even be sweet, but
Like,
you do have to use a turn to then just get another card.
Yeah,
And
but
take one from somebody
But
else.
you're looking at someone's
Maybe a
hand
good
though.
one.
yeah,
so
you
it
look,
could be
you
pretty
get the
strong.
information too. Plus, like,
Point.
you get to take their best tool away. You get to take
Yeah.
whatever their best card is. They've been holding for ages, thinking, okay, I just need one more good card, and then I can look for a Forsaken. And you're like, lol, no, I'll take that. Thanks. Now I can look for a Forsaken. Like, this is. It is. I would say it's stupidly good, but if you guys were thinking A, then maybe we'll put it in at the just sweet for now.
I'm sure.
I'm okay
I
with
can agree
that.
with that.
I was gonna say A for Aelfin, but S is fine.
Compromise. Because I say S plus, you say A, and Santa, well, his opinion
Also
doesn't matter
said
that
A.
much.
My opinion
fair
is the
point.
only one that matters.
Is your camera good?
Probably not. It's probably my internet, honestly.
Okay. Well, we will move on to Ambush for military. Whenever a player finishes a move, place yourself in that location.
Bang average. It's a card that I would use. However, it's not necessarily a card that I would keep over better cards. And
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I could be persuaded for A.
I could say A as well. I think it's always nice when I get one of those, especially if I'm playing Perrin and get out of Emmons Field easily that
Sure.
way.
I guess
and gain level.
the question is it a card that you attempt to get the levels to play, or is it a card that you play if you have the levels?
it's a card that you would play if you have the levels. And honestly,
Mhm.
that would just to... I would say, outside of Perrin, anyone else using that would just be to increase their military.
No. Gwen really likes Ambush as well.
Yeah,
Does she?
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
for sure. And like, it's
Yeah.
always nice as Ran. You know, you go to tier and then you just ambush to whoever's at Tarvalon, and then you're up near Jangai Path. Ambush is great. Like,
And
Alright.
it can also be useful to attach to a follower for that reason, or also if somebody flips a Forsaken and then they're on the board, the Forsaken's on the board, like Demon Dread, or they lose the fight or something, and somebody's trying to get there, you can ambush them and then get there first.
Okay.
100%.
You know, you've convinced me. I would agree with always nice. That sounds better than I originally thought.
Alright, we got A for Ambush. All the information. 6 leadership. Look at the top 4 cards of a character deck. Reveal one. Put the rest back in any order. I think this is S plus.
S+.
Yeah, I'd say at least S. Yeah.
I would agree with S. I think there are better versions of cards that do the same thing, but better.
I agree. There are. It's just so cheap. Like, it's
What
it's
level
just
is it?
6 leadership. You know?
Okay,
It's,
sure.
like, it's easier to play.
And easier to attach to a follower.
Yeah.
That's true.
Not that I've seen that come up, I don't think.
I've only seen it once, but it was quite effective. Icicle, I think, did it.
Of course he would.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
I'd be happy with an S for this. I couldn't go any
Yeah.
lower than an S.
I mean, I
yeah,
wouldn't
I'd
go
say-
lower than this, so
So it's probably better than an Aelfin, right?
I would agree with that.
First having all the information there. Well, the thing is that Aelfin's great. Like, anyone can play it, whereas all the information, you know, you have to have the levels to be played.
Sure. Yeah.
I'd argue
But
that
like we were
Aelfin's
saying-
possibly nicer.
It's cheap enough that it wouldn't be hard for
Right.
Matt or
Listen to this argument though. Isn't Aelfin just better than everything because it can be whatever the card that
Yeah.
someone else drew this card? Oh, okay. Well, I'll just have it.
Sure. There's a point to that, but at the same time, what if their hand's trash? Now you've just wasted that card.
Okay,
your
yeah,
turn.
alright. Oh yeah, all the information is good 95% of the time. Elephant's good 92% of the time, so...
Sure. Yeah.
A
Why not?
moment's notice. Only play with an exhausted carrier... Character... Are you okay? Why is my mouse just stopped? Have I muted myself? No? Are you guys there? Why have I lost you both? Is the stream okay? What's happening? I think the stream's still running. It's like Discord's crashed. This is really weird. I apologise to anyone who's watching this. Hopefully we'll get this sorted out soon. Yeah, you got the card still. It's just that our Discord seems to have just like broken. Oh, so it's just on my side. Well, let me just try closing Discord entirely.
Might. I think it was two.
Okay. So it was
back.
only my Discord that was being weird. I really, no idea what happened there. Because the stream stayed up the entire time.
Right.
I'm gonna have to turn
And they
my
can still hear
camera
us on
again.
the stream.
Yeah. Oh, they couldn't hear you guys.
I don't think they can hear us.
Yeah, they can now.
Oh.
And I just need to hide that so it doesn't show up on my stream. Okay, I think we're back in business, everyone. Sorry for the interruptions there. Right, we're talking about a moment's notice, ready to card. C.
So it gets discarded after use. C? No, hold on.
C or B, I'd say.
Oh, no, S. At least S.
What?
I would be okay with a high A. There is no reason you should be throwing this out. You should never discard this card.
It's just not true.
I mean, it is true, though. It's always useful.
It's not if you want to ready something that's got an attachment. Which is usually the type of thing that I want to ready.
Does a...
I mean, I can see it being very useful
I see.
for, refreshing Androl, refreshing Eteralda.
Yep.
Or anything with a card attached to it.
I think
the two S plus ranked characters find this card very, very useful. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's a little circumstantial.
like I'd struggle to put this any higher than a B.
I would never be unhappy with this card.
I would prefer most other things most of the time.
I wouldn't put it much lower than a B.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, at minimum, high C, but I would go B.
okay.
Yeah.
Let it be known I disagree,
Well,
but that's fine.
the thing is, you're often wrong, Santa.
You're correct, but at the same time, I'm often correct
Like when?
all the time.
Santa's probably about
One
as correct
time.
as
Name
his Wheel
one
of Time
time.
pronunciations.
Yeah. And in my head, those are correct. Therefore, all the time.
Okay. Well, the next card should be one we should agree on, I expect. Because it's Arrows
Always
of Fire.
nice.
I'd say it's
Always
sweet.
nice. You think it's sweet?
It's definitely
Is it
sweet.
cheap? Plus, was it plus 5?
At what point in the game do you not want an Arrows of Fire?
You're correct. I agree with that.
I guess if you're playing Perrin and you don't have any channeler followers, but
Are you even playing the game? Like...
Well, okay, to be fair, if you're Perrin, you should have a channel follower.
Exactly, you should have Nolana or something, you know, just
But at
something
the-
random
this-
that you bought away from Rand.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
But at the same time, like, you're going to be wanting, if you only have one, presumably, you're going to be wanting to use it for bigger cards than Arrows of Fire. But Arrows of Fire is always useful. I would agree with that.
Yeah, like, there's no point in the game where it falls off. You know, like a flanking in the late game, but arrows plus 5, just cheap,
Just
easy.
plus 5.
Any follower
it's-
can play it, basically.
Most followers.
Yeah.
Sure.
If it was still 6 combat strength, I'd say stupidly good, but maybe top of S.
Yeah. I'd be happy
Okay.
with that. I'd be happy with that. I've made my case. We'll move on to assassinations. 10 days to Mar, discard any follower and all followers of the same type. I think this could be like a B tier personally. I think it's okay. If you can play it, it's usually good.
If you can
Right.
play it. 10
If you
days
can
to
play it.
Mar. I mean, I would say I typically discard it because I don't typically have 10 days to Mar until right at the
That's
end.
true.
You
That's
don't
also
play
true.
Egwene much though.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean,
That's
I play
true.
them all
Like for
pretty-
Egwene, you usually have 10 days to Mar, and you're just like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll kill Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's the thing, right? The card is very, very good against Matt, but the other players
Pretty good against
maybe not
Rand
so
as well
much.
if he's not got tier 3 yet.
No, you're correct there. That is true.
Hmm. True. The recent buff to it does make it better. I would probably put it at C. Just because
I would
of
agree with
the
C.
amount it takes to use.
Okay,
I feel like it wouldn't
I
be
think it's
used
better
a
than
lot.
an adapt the plan, but it probably is in the same tier, and it's probably not much
Yeah.
better. So
Yeah.
we'll put it.
Sure.
We'll put it there. Right,
I
assert
agree.
dominance. 4 days to Mar, discard a tier 1 follower.
Always nice.
I'd say bang average.
You think bring average?
That's what I'm thinking.
Is it specified tier 1?
Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. Never mind.
It can
Yeah,
get
it
a
could
be
lot of
worse.
annoying stuff.
I'm actually going to. Sure.
Like, you got Min, Adorian, Days Konga, any channeler on
That's true.
Rand, any male on Matt if he's not there yet.
Sure,
Like,
sure.
there's options.
I mean, it being a fuckery card definitely increases its value.
Yeah.
I'd say at least B. Yeah.
I think
I can agree.
it's good. It's not, like, insane, but it's usually... If you can play it, you're going to play it. So I think bang average is...
I mean, you're not going to play it at the end game, right?
No. Like, in that middle portion of the game where you most likely
Middle
to join.
portion,
The
beginning,
early to mid,
absolutely.
early to mid, yeah.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, it's probably worse than a moment's notice. So,
Ooh,
backflip.
backflip.
Sweet.
I put that in sweet. Yeah.
I'd put that in S plus, and I think you're tripping if you're putting it any lower than S plus.
I feel like it'd be a high sweet. Certainly better than Arrows of Fire, I think.
I don't know if it's better than Arrows of Fire, but
You don't think so?
Take
quite
2 turns.
right.
Well, I mean, you're not playing
How
cards.
many
though.
cards say that?
There's a couple.
There's a couple.
I
But you're not
mean,
actually playing 2 turns, right? You're moving twice,
Not-
which
Yeah,
is
that's 2
very
turns.
strong.
That's
I
2
mean, you
shots at
can't
Forsaken. That's Jangai
can't
pass and
play
then
a
look for a
card, though.
Forsaken. You don't need
Sure.
to. Yeah, but
mm,
I get what you're saying. It's
Stupid.
technically 2 cards,
backflip is
but
stupid.
it's not as.
Back me up, chat.
Blackflip is very strong.
It's
it's
stupidly good.
No. It is a 7, which is somewhat hard to get.
Yeah, but it's also
Um,
like achievable.
It's very strong. It is
Like,
sure.
You're never
absolutely.
like, oh, 7's too far away. I'm not gonna get
Sure.
there.
Well, no, you would absolutely gain levels so you could play backflip.
Yeah, plus
I-
it puts you within the level of playing a fighting dirty and
Sure.
backflip's
Yeah,
stupid.
and-
I'm not accepting anything less. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to put
okay.
my
Oh,
foot down
man.
on this one.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
gonna
say,
make
you
my
know,
own tier list over here then, and
Oh,
put it in the
it-
correct spot.
It's stupidly good.
uh,
Everybody knows that this is correct.
You're just trying to get to
Bolt
13
would be mad at you.
cards. And
That's true, right? I mean, we can take it to chat. What does chat think? We got Chris and Zach in there.
Yeah, we got a
Yep.
couple people in here. I'll ask chat.
Okay. Oh, I suppose
No,
you do.
no, but you guys aren't allowed to vote.
That's fine. I'm not. I won't. I won't
Nobody's
vote.
voting for the dark.
Nobody likes me. That's why. All right, we may move backflip depending on how that poll goes.
Yeah.
Bait and trap.
So we'll move on while
is
they
the
do that.
next
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Battle an enemy character in the tavern row. You have +5 combat strength and don't lose troops.
Sorry. Say that again.
Yeah, bait and trap.
Bait and trap. Battle an enemy in the tavern row. You get +5 combat strength and don't lose troops.
That's at least always nice. I might actually put it in sweep.
I'd have
Oh.
this at a C or D.
C or
Yeah, I was gonna go B or C. Like I don't tend to use it much because typically people fight the fights, and there's not a lot of enemies in the tavern row. At least not after people get to tier 2 and really build
It's-
up their strength.
It's always nice if you can make it work, but how often
Yeah.
can you make it work?
I mean, it's
I mean, I
great
guess.
for Matt if he gets just the right circumstances.
If someone does that, yeah.
Yeah, but
That-
no
that's-
one like leaves tier 2 fights against Matt.
Right.
So
Yeah, I could see a C on that one.
Okay. I will defer to you guys on this one.
yeah, we'll go with C. I think it's probably the bottom end of C so far, at least. Balefire's up next.
I don't think it's worth the cost of it. I don't think 10 channeling is worth using that.
Yeah, it's rare that I
Yeah.
want to play this card. I don't think it's quite discard worthy a lot of the time. A lot of the time, like, I'll keep it, even if I'm not planning on playing it. If I've got a bit of extra room in my hand, I'll keep it, just
Sure.
in case, like, there's a Forsaken that people are trying to race towards.
Yeah.
Or someone picks up a Rodell or an Androl, or has attachments on something that's really annoying.
Yep, I would agree with that.
It's versatile.
Also,
It's never
it can
going
be. Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
I was gonna say, I would say that it. I like discarding it when I use it with Rodell in a fight. Discard it to get
That's a
10.
bonus.
Yeah,
it's got
but that
10 levels on
point-
it. You can discard it to
At that
Rodell.
point, you're going to discard any 10, though, you know?
Yeah, but it's
So
a card that
I-
you also don't mind holding on to at the same time.
Sure.
Just in
I
case,
feel like
yeah.
if I have a full hand, like obviously, like Nynaeve has got so many in her hand, like she absolutely could take a spot there. But someone with a lower hand size, let's say Rand, right? Rand is never going to keep a Balefire over other battle weaves that he might have.
I mean, he's not going to have a choice.
Is he not? I mean,
Yes,
you're
Rand
correct.
discards.
Okay, no, fair enough. Didn't think about that. Whatever.
Yeah,
But like,
put this at like the top of C, bottom of B, personally.
Oh, I was thinking like bottom of C.
I think Balefire's probably nicer than any other card we've got in C at the minute.
You think so? I think I would rather use all of those besides Balefire. Before Balefire.
By you, Robin.
I would say definitely a C. As far as where in there it goes, I would say below Adapt the Plan. But maybe above Bait and Trap.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I can agree with that.
Go with that. Can you Balefire the Dark One? Well, the Dark One's just not in the game.
I mean, the Dark One isn't affected by the Weave, right? Doesn't he corrupt the Weave and whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
so
doesn't the Dark One kind of want to get Balefired?
Do you think so?
I mean, it'd break the wheel.
Right?
That's true. I guess so. So
Go
no, the
ahead!
answer's no.
Balefire the Dark One. Try it. See what happens. Alright, well, unfortunately, according to this poll, I'm going to have to move that backflip down to the S tier. But you're a wild. Backflip is stupid, and you're all tripping. And Battleborn is probably always nice, I'm going to say.
I'd say top of always nice. At the very least.
Yeah, I think it's better than an ambush.
Yeah, 100%. It is a potentially strong card. For Matt or Brand. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, maybe even Bottomless Sweet, but
I don't think it's quite that
I'd be
good.
Fine with either of them. I mean,
there's
I think
times where like it's not amazing. It's always okay at least, which is, you know, and sometimes it can be really good, but there are times where it's just a +4, you know?
Yeah, you do have to work to get it to strong.
It is a great way to improve your military as you're rising up your military levels, as well as
that's also true.
It can be up to 10 strength, right, or more.
It could be more, yeah. It could be huge, but like, at that point, you know, you're talking Matt only, and I don't know if you can justify putting someone on S based on one character. I think it has to be really good for multiple characters to.
Well, I feel like Brand would also get you good use from
it. I guess you usually have a few channelers.
Right,
but
like not as much as
A
Matt,
is still good. A is above
100%. Like I would, assuming that I had, you know,
you're not discarding your A's.
Right.
Unless you don't have the stats like at all. All right,
I'm okay with that.
We'll leave it there. Best of the best. Canceller tactics only playable by great captains.
Trash. Discard worthy. D.
Robin.
Yeah, I mean, it is discard worthy unless you get a great captain, but when do you have a great captain and then also have that? So yeah.
Yes. And also, Androl, you're never going to tap him to play that. You're going to tap him when you lose. Yeah.
You mean Rodell, not Androl, but yeah.
You know what I meant. Yeah.
Alright, I'm not going to allow you all to trip this time. I'm just going to put Blood Knifing in S+.
I agree. Yeah. There's no argument there.
Yep. Okay. Excellent. Blood Knife Ring. We got that one out of the way. Oh, here's another one that's nice and easy. Blossoms of Fire. S+.
Yep.
In front. No, actually behind.
I think
because everyone can use Blood Knife Ring. Not everyone can use Blossoms of Fire. I agree. The people that can use Blossom of Fire will use Blossoms of Fire more than Blood Knife Ring. But not everybody can use Blossoms, and therefore I would argue that Blood Knife Ring is a better card.
I'm gonna die on a different hill. I'll save the hill for later. I'll need it for something more important than this. So.
Sure.
As proven by Backflip. Bond Dwarf, though. It's kind of like...
I'd say B?
B, yeah.
I was thinking D.
It's always nice for Rand, but...
Yeah, I'd say it's good for Rand, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're right.
So, like,
you are correct.
Maybe top of D, bottom of C, but...
You've convinced me to go D.
It is character specific.
I convinced you to go D, Santa.
Yeah, you did. Your D specifically. What's the next one?
Yeah, let's move on. Borderlands training. Plus 5
that's
combat
just-
strength versus shadow spawn only. 3 mil. See, could be
See?
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could be
worse.
worse. Could be
It's a good way
better.
to gain levels in military, but
Yeah. Yeah.
not really usually
Yeah,
used
like
for
just
anything other
running
than
through-
Frolics.
Yeah,
Gain
you'd only
levels.
use it during Trollocs, and that's to get the military.
Yeah, it's just a free level,
above-
basically. It's a level that you'd have to spend
Yeah.
a turn on, like, most of the time. Unless like, every now and then it can be good against a bubble or a murder all that you... But,
Sure.
you know, how often is that
But
going to come
that
up? I mean,
only-
drag cart
yeah,
or a
it's
drag
only at
cart.
the very-
It could be used against a drag cart. That might be good,
That would
now.
only be near the beginning of the game, though, right? Like, after that, Trollocs and the Mydrall aren't going to be an issue for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking in the early game. So, like, I'm not arguing for it to be high. I think, like, top of C is probably pretty
works for me.
comfortable. Because it's usually something you can play and get a level out of, unless
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
going all 90. Bull of
Right.
the Winds. Search a deck for
Sweet.
any character.
Wait.
Put it on top. Then make a move.
I'm gonna say sweet.
Sweet.
Top of sweet. At the very least, yeah.
I put it under
It's
backflip.
good.
It's really
Under
good.
backflip?
Yeah.
I'd put it under backflip though.
Sure. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's probably better than Arrows of Fire.
Yeah, probably.
That's how you get Androl or
Yeah.
It's also
the other
one
guy.
of a kind.
Yeah, it's also one of a
That's
kind,
true.
Yeah.
It's hard to get.
But yeah, I don't think we can really factor that in. I'm talking about the card like individually, right? Like if you draw this card, how do you feel about it? So it being one of a kind,
You're gonna
doesn't
use it.
make too much of a
You're going to
difference.
find a way to use it. You don't have channeling, you will find a follower that could use it.
Well, I think we're all in agreement with Boulder Win, so let's move on to Burning Letters. 8 days to mark, each player discards 2 random cards. Each other player, sorry.
I would say always nice, except the 8 days to Mar maybe is a little expensive for that point in the game. But it can be very useful at that point in the game if you can play it. So I'd say maybe top of B, low A.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there. Pretty much exactly what I was thinking. Don't know what Santa's
Sure.
got to say though.
I have no opinion on this card.
Let's go with the top of B then.
Sure.
For Burning Letters. Bury the Dead. For leadership, when you lose a fight, double the amount of points you get. Not against tier 3.
When you lose a fight? When you win a fight.
Sorry, yeah, when you win a fight. When you lose troops in a fight.
I'd
It's
say
strong.
top of S.
S. At the very
S.
minimum,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's so cheap.
If not
and
plus.
some of those I'm almost leaning towards plus.
Like this
Um,
drove a meta for a while.
Yeah,
that could be
this card
low
was the
S
meta.
plus. That could be low S plus.
I know in my last game that I played, was it you or was it Bob that used that like 4 times on tier 2 enemies, and he was gaining
Like
forsaken
it can
levels
just be
of
nuts. Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it's stupid.
It's basically like Bury the Dead is like the engine of farming. You know?
Yeah.
Farming would be nowhere near as efficient if this card didn't exist. So
You don't
Yeah.
lose troops, you double the freaking points.
You get a
I'm-
Perrin
You can't do it when
with
you don't
Slayer.
lose troops. You have to lose the troops.
Perrin jumps to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I misread that.
Slayer's good. Yeah, it just doubles the amount.
Slayer. And you can put
Yeah.
yourself back ahead and Merc almost, and then pick up the Bury the Dead again, go fight Slayer again.
Yeah.
It's like the only effective farming really in the game.
Sure.
Yeah, I think S plus. I don't think it's better than
Yeah.
a Blossoms or a Blood Knife, but
No.
like
I agree.
most points
Yeah,
in the
it-
game, happy to have this on hand.
Mhm.
Happy. And it's cheap.
Cold Lightning's the
true.
next one. Plus 8 strength. Discard your exhausted followers.
If you are not Matt, this is a strong card.
Yeah.
If
I
If
think
you are
this
Matt,
is-
you are going to discard it.
This is probably an A for me.
Sure, I can agree with that.
I think it's better than Arrows.
I mean, not in every situation, though. Arrows is always useful, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah.
Whereas Call Lightning, you're not going to want to use it, especially if you're Matt.
Like,
But, like,
I'd be
even
happy with it right below arrows. but I think
Sure.
arrows is better. I'd also be happy with A, but I could be talked into an S if that's what you guys are thinking.
I mean, I'm
It's-
thinking A.
I don't think it's
It's
better
a pretty
than
high
arrows.
level combat strength, fairly cheap.
Yeah, but it only makes 3 more than
card.
arrows, and like the fact that Matt basically can't use it, you
Mm.
know. Plus, it's harder
And then
to play.
as
Mm.
Nynaeve, you know, you're going to have what's his name's tapped, so you're not going to want to use that in any fight that you get into that he's not, you know, fully capable of.
I don't know what he's on about.
The Meridon guy, fuck his name.
All right,
You're
are
wrong.
we comfortable below arrows of fire?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I really need the bathroom, so talk about careful preparation.
Ooh,
Careful
that's gonna be a good
preparation.
one.
All right. Reaction. DSMR 6. When an opponent plays a tier 1 action, cancel it.
Any tier 1 action you can cancel.
Sure.
That is really good against
Tier 1,
you know,
though?
Yeah, but you can stop you know, both the smooth skirts and the well-turned calves that way.
That's
You
true.
can stop any tier 1 action like an arrows of fire
True.
or you know,
Bury the
really
dead at this point.
Bury the dead, exactly. It is a fuckery card, which is always makes it better in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
I would say it's always nice.
Okay, great. I was hoping you were not going to go above that, because that's like the ceiling for me on this card. I would agree. A low, always nice, in my opinion.
Could be, yeah. I mean, you do have to have 6 Deus Damar to play it, so
That's true.
that does decrease it a little. But I definitely wouldn't discard it unless I was like nowhere near being able to get to level 6 Deus Damar anytime soon.
Sure.
You also don't really want to discard it because somebody
Where
else
have we
can pick it up.
arrived?
That's true.
We
We're
were thinking always
a
nice.
I'm cool with that. Top.
bottom.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I mean, it's a fuckery card.
It is a fuckery
middle?
card. Sure, that works.
There we go.
Also, can we take a moment to shout out Robin's t-shirt? He's the only person in the world with a third aid shirt because he
Damn,
bought one
on
on
what
like the
wood?
first day that I released them, and then Zazzle took them all down because I don't know, they didn't even tell me it happened. So Robin is the only person that will ever own this shirt, and yeah, shout out
Nice.
him.
Hell
Gang,
yeah.
gang. All right, careful word.
I have to put it under glass after this broadcast.
Top of
useful.
As
S+.
a collector's item.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I was joking,
I mean,
but the
it's
fact
never
that you
not a
just
good
agreed
card.
with it.
It's never not a good card.
It's definitely always nice. It's sweet in the beginning, but later on doesn't really help.
If you are
Um,
recruiting anyone,
I was trolling by putting it at the top of S+.
Yeah.
I would agree with S+,
I think
honestly.
like S is fine, but
No, I'm arguing S+ here, dude. It's one Deus Damar. Everyone can use that card. There's literally no one who couldn't.
Mhm.
And that is always useful. Like, yes, in the late game, you're not going to be recruiting as much, but if you needed to, this card is a must-have.
Wait, I thought you said there were only 3 S+. Oh, no, you said 6. Is that going to be one of your 6?
I would say so, yeah.
alright. If
No.
this is the hill you're gonna die on, Santa.
I mean, I'm not going to die on it. If you guys are saying S, then, yeah, that's fine. But, I
would
don't
go
know.
with
I think that card is useful.
I would, yeah, I'd personally put it at the bottom of S.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe like, yeah, maybe around here.
Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Because it just is so cheap and easy to play, but
It's so easy.
it loses, it falls off the later the game goes, basically.
It
So,
does. Well, that's
I don't
just
think
because
it's-
nobody's
it can
recruiting
go
at
in
that
S+.
point.
Um,
I guess that's true.
Challenge Honor is 6 days to Mars, steal up to 5 favor from an opponent. I'd say this is like bang average.
I'd go with always nice
Always nice,
because
yeah.
you're stealing from somebody else, so you're not only getting it, but you're also taking it from them.
I will allow
Especially
it, but
at
it's
the end
not
of the
better than
game.
an ambush.
No.
I prefer an ambush
mean,
almost like 90%
sure.
of the time. Charge. Gain X combat strength.
That's got to be at least the top of S, if not low
Top
S
of
plus.
S.
Nah, I'd put it like
S what?
here.
I'd say like always nice. I would not say it was stupidly good. That's only good on people who can use military.
Yeah, but it's an X card, so you can use it on any military level.
Sure,
and
but
that
like
gives it value
where you can play higher military
it
levels
would give you
in the same battle.
Value, yes, but
it's so good.
I don't think it's that good.
Like, when are you unhappy to draw charge?
If you're a Nynaeve or you're Egwin.
No, I'm good with that.
No,
I have at least 2 military followers if I'm either one of them.
But that card is only going to be useful for, what, 3 or 4 at that point?
No.
You're not going to use Rodell for it.
No, because I probably have a Bane and Shiad, or I have, like, an assist, or...
I mean,
I've bought a tier 2
probably have
that
Bane
has,
and
like,
Shiad,
7. Yes, because
no
that's how
one...
I play those characters.
So no one else is going to go after Bane and Shiad, though, is
I
what I'm
always
saying.
make sure I have at least, like, 6 or 7 military levels when I'm playing Nynaeve or going.
Okay.
Yep, you can even play it with a Bella.
Exactly.
Bella's charges.
Like,
nobody plays Bella. Every time
plays
Bella's
Bella.
drawn, no one uses her.
Nah, that was
No
the old
one.
meta. Everyone's playing
No
Bella now.
one
Everybody
uses
uses
her,
Bella
it.
now.
No, fuck that.
You're wrong. Bella is the goat, and Charge is S+, and I'll
Bella
hear
is the girl.
no
I
further
agree.
on it.
But no one uses
Alright,
her.
I could go down to S, but, like...
Okay.
What are you saying, Roman?
For the
Charge.
For the charge? Oh, it's got to be S+.
Alright.
2 to 1.
I'm outvoted.
2 to 1.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I accept. You just have to accept that in the future, too.
Coercion.
I like this card. I'm gonna say sweet.
I'm happy with that.
Yep.
No arguments.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
So many.
Probably towards the lower end.
3 hours.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm gonna say, like, here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Super
Collecting
helpful with
evidence. Steal an action from each other player.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's
too.
right.
I think it's like
random,
right in
though.
the same spot. Well, you get to look at the backs.
Oh, no, fair. Okay, yeah.
So, like,
So
if
you're
someone
drawing a
just
tier 3 or
drew
something.
a Blossoms from Jangai Pass, and that's, like, the only tier 3 card in their hand, and
Sure,
then somebody
it could be
else
very
just,
useful.
like, has a random tier 2 and a bunch of tier 1s, and, you know, like, I think this is at least an A, personally.
Oh, yeah.
If not around that same level of coercion, probably.
Is it as good as Aelfin? Because you do get more cards, you take way more cards from other people, but you don't get to choose or see their hand.
That at that point, that depends on how many people you're playing with.
Oh yeah,
I think
like,
I think Elfin would be better.
I think it's.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather have the collecting evidence. Yeah, it's probably below Elfin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because more people can play Elfin, so I have to go with that. Alright, compelling argument. 3 leadership, pay the cost of a follower of an opponent and steal it.
I would put that at probably about the same as coercion.
Or a little
yes, you have
lower.
I put it higher.
Yes, you have to. I mean, I might be okay with higher. Yes, you have to pay for the follower, but
there's
you
no
can
cap on it.
Steal exactly.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you can take
True.
anyone.
Yeah, coercion can only take up to 5, whereas compel can take anyone. I'd
there's a lot of
probably
sweet
put
cards.
this at like the top of. There is, right?
Oh,
like most of the
backflip.
cards in the game are good.
You put that above backflip? Oh, the wins?
Okay, below backflip.
I don't know.
Well, backflip's
I'd say
S+,
below the Winds
so,
too.
Is it better?
A little higher than I would have put it, but I'm okay with
yeah,
it.
below
I
the
don't think
Winds is
so.
probably better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
This compelling argument gets any follower in play. Below the Winds gets any follower.
That's true. Well, not in play, but yeah.
Well, yeah, any that's not in play, yeah. Conscripts gain half of X troops rounded up.
Always nice.
Yeah, maybe a B.
I mean, Perrin uses this all the time. He won't not use this card, right? Neither will Matt.
Yeah, Matt especially likes it because it gets him off of level 1 military.
Faster. Oh, well,
He
that
will-
too, yeah.
Yeah, he'll always use it. Really, I think anybody will always use that
I
if
agree.
they have military.
No, I
not
never
gonna
played
use
this
it if
card
you
with
don't.
90 Borgwin.
I would
Right.
agree there are better cards to play with them too. But if for whatever reason you needed,
If I'm playing the boys, I'll usually throw this out just for the military level, but I never
Sure.
play this on 90 Borgwin.
I'd say it's better than a moment's notice.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Is it better than challenge honor?
probably. I think it's better than an ambush, but I don't think it's better than a careful preparation.
All right, so let's put it up in A in the middle.
works for me.
Convenient timing is the next one. When an opponent uses a follower to play an action, discard the follower. 8 days to mar. I think we're pretty
Like,
comfortably putting this
D?
in D, right?
Or yeah, maybe D.
It's kind of garbage.
It can be useful
After-
for killing Ituralda or
No,
Andral,
it's only when
but-
they play an action.
Oh,
Yeah, I would
It's
agree with that.
garbage. It's garbage. You got to have some
Yeah.
garbage cards in a game, by the way.
That's true.
That is
And it's
part of
expensive
game
as hell,
design.
too.
Like, I don't just design bad cards because I think they're good.
Okay,
I design bad cards because I know they're bad and they need to be.
it's super expensive too.
Or because they fill a spot that, like, if you didn't have it there, people would just ask, why isn't there a card that does this? You know?
Sure.
But yeah, it's not great. D's pretty... Like, it's better than an IDAM because it's less narrow, but...
Yeah.
Sure.
IDAM's probably at the bottom, actually. I think best of the best is better than an IDAM.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, you're more. Well, I don't know.
At that point in the game, this is more valuable than this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Fair.
definitely used it more too. The best of the best.
Council meeting, 4 leadership, draw 3 cards.
Low B.
Always nice.
S.
I'm thinking A.
Sweet. When are you
don't think
unhappy to see this? At what point in the
Uh,
game do you
Rand?
not want to draw 3 cards?
Yeah.
If you're Rand.
Rand?
Yeah.
Or if you're on the left side of the map.
Why?
I mean, it's kind of like a guitar.
Well, I guess it's better than Qatar because you get the leadership.
Yeah.
I've decided I'm just going to light up inside, by the way.
Nice.
I would put this in S. I could be convinced to go down to an A, but I don't think I could go lower than an A.
I don't think
mean-
I'd go higher than an A. 'cause
And
there's so
I'm
many
saying
better
A,
cards.
so I guess we're going A.
It is card draw.
Let's put this below careful prep.
Sure.
Cover Me is up next.
That's fun to use, but it's not a very good card.
I'll let you guys cover me while I grab a lighter.
Never mind. That's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, that was so
Sorry.
bad, James.
The
come
next
on.
one is the one I was thinking of.
Ah,
It can be useful.
I
It's
like it.
limited.
I mean, if you get a 2-1, it's worth 10.
Sure.
2-1's free if you have 6 or higher skill. I mean, there's a lot of level 5 or more followers out
Yeah,
there.
oh
that
yeah,
you
it's
can
better now. It
recruit.
got like decreased in cost. It's way better.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's still
is it
kind of narrow.
always nice.
No, I
It's
don't.
like-
I think it's like I'd put this in B.
I put it at high B.
I probably
I
have
can
it
agree with B.
a low B myself,
mean-
but
I mean, it can be worth 10 if you have 2-1. You know.
like
Mm.
its ceiling is higher than an assert dominance, but I think I prefer burning letters most of the time. I'm happy with that assessment. Any disagreement here?
It's not
Nah,
the
B's
hill I'll
fine.
die on.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep using that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
Okay.
hill stream.
Sure.
Cover the back trail.
So this is fun to use if someone just went to main and then you leave main.
Or on
but
turn
other than
1,
that,
or on turn 2.
sure,
Talking about
fair.
the
Yeah,
state of
yeah.
Maine?
Say what?
Maine. Are you talking about the state of Maine?
Mayan.
No, I'm talking about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
right.
it's Maine.
Have you not learned by now that Santa's pronunciations are all ridiculous?
Are correct. That, and you'll use it so that you gain a leadership and move. But at that point,
I think
like,
this is C or B for me, but like
I'm thinking C.
I don't have particularly strong feelings about it.
I'd go with B because it's an easy one just to gain a level, and it can be useful at the beginning of the game to stop other people from moving.
Sure.
But like, if
Do
the
what it does
most
normally,
of the time
but-
you're just playing it for a level, that's kind of the same spot as Borderlands training for me.
That's true. That's true. Maybe
Yeah.
just above Borderlands training then.
Sure. It works for me.
Cut weaves. Cancel a weave.
Sweet.
level.
Fuckery card, tier F, as Chris says in chat.
Yeah.
S. S, yeah.
At least S. Yeah.
Weaves
it
are some of the
is-
most important cards in the game, and that's just undeniable.
They
Yeah.
are. Yeah. Like, if you look at this list right now, most of the top ones are all channeling cards.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue up there.
Yeah. So 100%, at the very least, S.
How are we feeling about that?
That works for me. I think it's better than Call Lightning.
Robin?
It depends on your play style. Do you want to cut other people's weaves, or do you want to play one of your own? Right?
I mean, I'm probably going to play one of my own, but that's also a defensive
Yeah.
weave, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to use it. Well, I guess it's a reaction, so it's same as battle in
cares?
that way. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Deathgate.
Right between.
Oh, yeah, S+.
right below blossoms. Yep, perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
I like these ones. They're nice and easy. We all just agree on it. Deep waters. Could be worse.
I'd say discard worthy.
Really?
You think so?
You get use out of
I
this
feel
every
like
now and
I
then.
would use that. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Is that the coastal one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not as good
I
as the river.
agree.
The river one's better.
Yeah.
But
River
yeah,
one's way
one's
better.
definitely bad.
I think you still get decent use out of this sometimes. Like if you're a Gwen and you're just trying to get around to Ilion, it's really nice. If like
Sure.
sometimes it's just sometimes it's just nice.
You're going to discard this more often than use it. I would agree.
way
that's
up,
D.
way more. Yeah. You can put it top of D, but I wouldn't go above D. I mean, I don't think I've ever used it actually.
I will think I disagree. I think this is a C, but I'll go with you guys and put it at the top of D.
Okay.
Discover treachery, cancel a plot. This is D, I think.
D. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
yeah. Is it better? Well, I guess it would be better than the captain one. Okay, fair.
I think
Yeah.
it's just slightly
it's
easier to play.
Yep, I agree. Dragon Team. Oh,
High S?
fuck. High S, low S plus.
Yeah. I think this is an
I
S
would be
plus.
okay with either. I could agree.
Yeah,
With
maybe
It's-
just low charge.
It's never like a blowout, impactful, oh my god, plus 12, you had that, what? But, like, it's just
You get it
so
back.
good. It's
Yeah, the
just
reason
so
to boot.
consistent. Like,
that. Yeah, it's very
If you get
consistent.
two of them going, woof.
Yeah, that's true.
I think this is...
Also helps you get late game
Better than
levels.
Charge.
Above
100%
7 at least.
better than
Yeah,
Charge.
I can't tell if it's better than a Bury the Dead or not.
Bury
Good
the
point.
Dead is.
I think Bury the Dead might go below charge on Dragon Team. I think charge, Dragon Team, Bury the Dead.
I'd be okay with that. I don't know.
You think
I
Dragon
think-
Team's above charge, James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charge gets you 1 level, Dragon Team gets you 3.
Yeah, but charge
True.
can be used at lower levels too.
Yeah. You
Also true.
you charge to get to your Dragon Team. Or you Dragon Team to get to your
Yeah.
charge.
They'd probably be
They're like
similar.
pretty on par for me.
Yeah.
Dream
Okay,
Spike?
that works.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
have to say S plus. There are too
No.
many. I don't know. There are too many cards that this can fuck with. It messes with Perrin. It messes with Androl. It messes with Bowl of the Winds, which we've put up pretty high.
I think the
It
important
messes.
distinction is it messes with like 95% of the most powerful plays you can make.
Correct.
Hmm.
This will literally fuck up someone's day if you use it properly.
I could see it going into always nice, it being a fuckery card.
Always nice. That's way too damn low.
Yeah, that's way too low.
Anyone can use this card. Literally anyone.
When do you not hold this? Like, you never discard this.
You don't discard this. That would be
Ever.
stupid.
Yeah,
Gateway, you cancel that. You cancel
Like,
Heron's Teleport.
You discard a
cancel...
compelling argument sometimes. You never discard a Dream Spike. I think this is S+.
No. S+. I would 100% agree with S+.
I don't know if I can go that high.
I don't think it's better than any of
outvoted.
the other cards currently in S+.
Sure. Bottom of S+,
all you're really
I'd be fine with.
doing is, well, you're canceling somebody's turn, basically, which is nice, but you're not like affecting them in any other way, and you can only do it under specific circumstances.
There's
so we're going to do the next turn anyway.
Yeah, but like that's where my point earlier comes in, that like 95% of the most powerful moves that you can make in this game involve moving in a special way.
Yeah.
So if this card directly counters that, and roll, Bowl of the Winds, backflip, anything pairing, like moving is one of the most important parts of the game, and we'll move on. Otherwise, we're going to be here all day. Duel is the next card. Military 8. Discard any opponent's follower. Can't be cancelled.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Bang average.
I think it's bang average.
It's a really high level card, right?
Yeah, it's just like, I think the can't be cancelled is
definitely
really
nice.
Powerful.
It is. That's the only.
It's the only thing.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I can agree with average then.
I'd put this at like the top of B myself. But like, if a certain dominance is at the bottom of B, that's a card that has limitations on it and can be cancelled. And Duel does everything a certain dominance does, plus a whole lot more, and it always works.
It's super expensive.
It is super expensive.
It's hard to play.
8's
and are
not
you really
that bad, though.
Are you really going after just one follower at that point in the game, like using your turn to do it?
Yeah.
If it's a Rodell, yeah.
Well, yeah, 100%. Like there are absolutely
if it's an Olivia,
that you would want to use. Yeah. Sure. Towards the end of the game, for sure.
Yeah, there are circumstances where you want it.
Yeah. And like those characters are going to be in play, right? Too many people go after those specifically.
Sorry, I was just answering the chat.
Yeah.
I think I'm good with Duel there. Duty to the people. Right. Lose all gold for every 3 lost. Get a level.
It's always nice if you can play it, but it's
if
high
you can
value.
play it. It is high value, and it is if you can play it. I would say bang average. Yeah. If you have a lot of gold, that could potentially do wonders for you.
It's really good for Egwene, but yeah.
I mean, no, it's not.
Why?
Because she's gonna have 10 and everything anyway.
No, it is pretty.
She doesn't need that.
It is pretty.
Why would that?
At that point, a lot faster.
Because she gets a load of money just by chilling in Bandariban by accident. So it's just like it turbos you. It goes, oh hey, you thought I was going to be tier 2 for another 6 turns? Psych.
Right.
Okay, fair.
Skip to that portion of the game.
But yeah, I'd say B.
All right.
Eavesdrop.
Very good for Rand if he can't get a embrace the source.
But you're not going to use that any later than that, right? You're going to use the card if you have it in your hand, but you're not specifically going to go out of your way to.
Even if I'm stuck on one channeling, I'm not that happy about this because I'm just I wish it was an embrace the source though.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's played almost every game, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sure, that's because it's one channeling, and you want one
Right.
level in channeling. You're only using it
Let's-
because you have to.
Let's put it right in the middle of bang average.
Oh, I'm thinking could be
Sure.
worse.
Let's
Maybe
put it at
the
the
bottom
bottom of
of
bang
average.
average.
Sure.
Eelfin. After moving, discard up to
Hmm.
3 cards. Gain 2 points for each. I think this is always nice.
It's always nice. I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're a Gwen, you're gonna play this card.
Oh, if you're a Gwen, you're going to play that card even more.
No,
You
because
can
then
use
you
it.
don't get levels.
Well,
I mean, levels.
depending on if.
Sure.
Unless
mean, if
you're
you
really
bounce off-
overcapping.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at 7 cards and you bounce off Trollocs and Ilion, you get 3 cards. You can discard. I mean, you don't get the extra level there, but you get like an easy
6 points.
6 points.
Yeah.
Or you can get 4 points and a level. You know.
Yeah, but it's a card itself as well, so if
Yeah.
you got 6 points, you'd then be
That's
putting yourself
true.
on 6 cards. You can still
Right, but you can
bounce
get
the next
4
turn, so that's
points and a
fine.
level that way.
But
Yeah.
I'd put this in A, probably.
Yeah,
I
Like,
think always nice is fine.
probably around here.
Sure.
sure. Yep.
Embracing the Source.
S plus.
No.
Everybody loves an embracing the source.
No, they
I
don't.
wouldn't put it at the top of S plus.
I would not say S plus. We're gonna have to put all of the fucking doubles up there. I would say that is always nice. I might agree with a low S, but yes, +2 in any stat is great. But like late game, you're not going to be using those.
I
You're
think
going
I'd
to
rather
your
have an.
important stats.
I think I'd rather have an embrace than a dream spike.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're crazy. Especially if you have 10 channeling. That card's useless at that point.
I think this is probably where I'd put it. If I
S
was...
plus. Are you gonna put all of the doubles in there?
No,
He is trying to get to 13.
that's the most important one.
He is.
It's good
That
for...
is the most important one. I would say that
for
one
all
and
3 of
military.
the channels. Yeah, the military one's
Sure.
pretty good as well. I'd probably put the military one in S, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh, that's way too high.
I think that's pretty reasonable. Chat saying bottom of S.
Bottom of S or bottom of S
Yeah.
plus.
Oh, bottom of S plus. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Ah.
I think it's better than a Bury the Dead. These are for 2 different strategies right here, but this
Sure.
card is more important to more strategies than
It
Bury the
is-
Dead is.
It's good late. No, so it's good early game. It's useless late game, and that's the only reason I'm arguing that it's not S plus.
Chris does have a
Every
good
other
point.
card, every other
That
card up
becomes-
there is useful at all times. You do not use Embracing the Source if you're at level 10. It's pointless, and you're never going to use it on your follower
Sure.
at that point either.
But it's just so good.
It is
when it's
very good. Yeah, at beginning of the you draw that turn
First
1, you're going to
half
play.
of the game is great.
Like,
Absolutely.
This is the most important card in the game to
Sure.
anyone with channeling.
With channeling, 100% agree. Once you get to tier 3, it's useless. You're never going to play it ever.
Yeah, but you're not drawing tier 1s at that point.
Sure, but like even if it was left over in your hand, you're going to discard it.
Why haven't you played it already? Like,
Maybe you had enough weaves to do it some other thing. I don't know.
There have
I'm
been
just saying
times I've
every-
discarded it.
Every one of those cards is useful the entire game, except for Embracing the Source, and
I'm
that's
gonna-
the only reason I would say it's not S plus.
I'm gonna leave it where it is. Robin's nodding. He likes it. He likes it. Into the
This might
Ways.
be the hill I die on. This might be
Oh.
the hill I die on.
I mean, it's
I will
A little
definitely
bit
choose this
below
hill.
plus.
Dream spike? I don't know.
Into the Ways.
Enter Their Ways is really good if you get it on turn 1.
Turn
If
1,
not-
and then that's it.
Kind of sucks.
I think Enter the
Unless you're
Ways
pairing.
is
Sure, but then at that point you're just
probably-
using it to get to Emmons Field, and then you're done with it. Like you're gonna use it twice.
I think.
Right. Even if you're pairing.
I
Like,
think this
it's-
is like.
It's not S plus. That's another card.
Come
No, it's not.
on.
It's not. No. Enter the Ways is only useful in turn 1 for 4/5 of the characters.
Right.
And the other
no,
one's
for
only
all of
going
them.
to use
for
it
all of
for
them.
all the
For every
So, hold
single
on.
character.
No. I haven't gotten to Perrin yet. Okay. So
It's
turn
great
1
for
is it's only
Perrin.
useful to yes, it is great for Perrin. For what, turn 4 or 5?
No, it's
and then he's
great
never going to
at
use
the
it.
start of the game as well.
Well, yeah, but Perrin was its own separate thing. 4 of the 5 characters, great for at turn 1, and that's it. They're done with it after
All
that.
5 characters, it's great on turn 1.
I haven't gotten to Perrin yet. You hush. I am separating the last one.
Okay,
So
and
Perrin,
it's
it's
better
useful. Yes, it's better than that for Perrin, but only to get back to Emmons Field. After that, you're never going to use it again. Perrin's using it twice. Everyone else uses it once if they're lucky enough to grab it. That is not S+.
than. What card do you want to see more in your opening hand than this?
Opening hand?
Other
yes,
than maybe
that
embracing
card.
the source.
Okay.
Sure.
Any
Opening
other
hand,
turn
yes.
beyond turn 1 or 2?
I don't
if
wanna
you pick
see
an
it.
Enter the Ways, are you going to keep it or use it or discard it?
No,
Like, sometimes, yeah. I've used them
Maybe.
the ways plenty of times.
rarely.
Ah,
You're,
sometimes it just
there
gets you
are-
across
there
the
are
map.
much-
And that's
sure.
exactly what you need to do. Oh, I'm going to
Sure.
go in, sat in
Okay.
Qatar. How do
Rarely.
I get to
Yeah.
Ilion
so
or
those S
Tavon? I'll just
pluses,
enter the
those
ways.
S pluses are always good though. You literally just said maybe sometimes you'll use
Okay,
Enter the Ways.
all right. I'll compromise with you here.
Compromise. Okay. I don't think it's S either. I'm going down. I might be okay with being average.
Leave!
It is a very powerful card per turn 1.
Enter your
And then it
nearest
immediately
waygate and
leaves.
exit this discussion, Santa.
You have
Even
a
Chris is
good
agreeing
character,
with me.
let's
S
have an
plus,
overview.
he doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, okay, so I moved it to S.
Oh, it's not that strong either.
Come on!
It is extremely powerful. It is probably the most valuable
It's
card.
literally an emoji.
That's because
It's
you like
stupidly
it.
good on turn
It's
1.
a
It's
catchphrase.
bang average after that.
It's
Yep, I
literally
agree.
the catchphrase of the game.
So 99% of the time it's bang average, which is why I'm saying B.
Alright, so I'll leave it there.
Is this your hill, James?
Yeah, sure.
Because we both
I
agreed
said,
to B.
I literally said earlier when
Yeah?
I keep saying literally. Why do I keep saying literally? Earlier on when I was like, I'm gonna need the hill to die on later, and it's probably gonna be
Okay.
Enter the Ways.
Okay, sure. So move your Into the Ways back up to S plus. This is your hill.
No,
And now my hill
like,
was embracing the source.
but
so move that
the
down
size,
to S.
the size of this hill, like I'm only gonna spend so much of my hill, you know. So
Oh,
like I don't want
okay.
it to go.
You're
to
dead
S.
though. You're dead though. You got B or nothing, James.
No, this is an S card, easy.
It is not.
It's sweet.
Alright,
It is
we're-
not.
We're
Okay,
still on the E's.
Right,
And it's an hour
answer me
in,
this.
so we can keep going.
answer me this. Right.
'Kay.
Have you ever drawn an Enter the Ways in your opening hand and
'Kay.
said,
Mm-mm.
sweet?
Yes. Opening hand.
It's
That's
sweet
it.
then.
Opening.
No.
hand.
Because every
Only-
other time I draw that, I'm like, this card is trash.
It's
In
not,
fact, I
though.
would say it's discard worthy at that point.
All right.
Which is why I'm
If-
saying being average.
If I'm Matt and there's a pad and feign in the tavern row and I draw a bait and trap, I probably will say sweet. I mean,
to each their own. Let's move on to execution. Execution. +8 combat strength against Dark Friends or Black Archer.
average or could be worse.
Average could be worse.
Could be
yeah.
worse, I'm saying. I'd probably
Yeah,
put
it
it like.
can be useful, but for the most part, it's not.
Yeah, I think like yeah. Sometimes it's a level, so
Sure. Yeah, I can see that going up a little bit because of the level. Well, I guess every card's a level, so I'm going to ignore
Yeah.
that. Never mind.
yeah. But like, I mean, as in, sometimes it's the level
Like-
that you don't have to
Just
spend a
take
turn
your
on.
turn.
Sure. Like you're going to use that to get so you can play your dragon team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh right, expert flourish. I think always nice or sweet.
Sweet.
I'd say
I mean,
always
it's only
nice.
sweet if you have
You think
the skill
so?
for it. But
It's low skill. That's a
But
free
probably-
level.
It can
That's
be annoying
for favor.
to get there.
yeah,
I mean, if you have skill levels, you're going to get there.
top of always nice.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. I don't think it's better than any of the cards in S, and I think it's
Okay.
only marginally better than a Battleborn. So
All right, all right.
expose weakness.
Okay,
It's pretty discard worthy, isn't it?
you think so?
I mean, it can be good, but
I would play this. If I had the DSMR, I would play this.
most of the time it's just too late for it to matter. Sorry, my headphones are really annoying me. Might switch to.
I
a
would
different
disagree with that, and only because Matt or Perrin. Sorry, not Perrin. Oh yeah, Perrin. It could be used against Perrin. And then Rand.
I would put that as the
I feel
high
like it would
D
work.
on exposed weakness.
High D. Oh,
I mean, I level, which they can just get back with a card.
Moving
that
him
they
back
play in
3
their
levels.
sequences. Is it 3 now?
it's 3 from their
3
highest
in their
attribute.
highest
Yeah,
attribute.
that's huge.
Sorry, guys, I'm here.
That prevents someone from playing. That could prevent someone from playing Dragon Team. That'll fuck someone's day.
Yeah, exposed weakness. Yeah, I wouldn't go anywhere above C.
Oh man.
I struggle to go above D, honestly. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It
Oh,
is 3 levels
fuck.
now, but
that's all right. We'll compromise here. We'll go bottom of
We'll
C,
compromise. Okay,
Each-
sure.
Each hill that I die on means that I have to allow Santa, one
Oh,
of
this is
his
not my
weird
hill.
hot takes.
No.
Yeah,
We're talking about
no.
hills.
This is your hill.
This is not my hill. Put it back in D. Move embracing the source down to S. That is my hill. In fact, that'll be my only hill.
No. Eyes and
Yeah,
ears.
that's what I thought.
it's a high B because it's so expensive. It's not always nice to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a very fair assessment. False trail.
Did you say B or D?
B.
B.
Oh, I heard you say D.
Oh no.
Shit. All right.
Yeah, sorry, Libra. We are reading them all out, as we start. I'd say what every card does. Eyes and
ears.
We were just talking about, yeah. When an opponent would draw any amount of cards, you draw them instead. Like, this is I don't think it can go lower than this because of the ceiling. Like,
Ceiling is pretty high.
I've had Bob play this on me when I discarded my whole hand at Bellon.
Yep. Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. Like, that would be the best use for this card.
And, like,
It's
it ruined my month. It ruined my year, actually. I went into severe bout of depression after that. I started drinking again. It was awful. I'm kidding, but yeah, I don't think I could go any lower than the top of B.
The ceiling is pretty freaking high, so I okay.
Yeah.
All
right.
False trail.
See?
I don't use it often. It is the only card that allows you to basically go back to where you started from.
Yeah, other than Luca.
Other than backflip, I guess, but
Backflip, yeah.
it's like a poor man's backflip.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
go
put this
back
in
where you
B
started?
personally.
Half.
Yeah, because you can
takes your
place
action to
yourself
do
away.
it. Sure.
No, you
Or you
place
could just
yourself.
move there. It's
You
an
place
action.
yourself and then you move.
Yeah. Place a Forsaken pawn or player in any location and then
Oh.
move.
Okay, I missed that last part. Okay, sure.
I think
Yeah,
this is
I can
I
see
say
a better
B.
use of it now. I can agree with that.
probably like
Egwene can use it
Yeah,
to get an
yeah,
level.
Egwene
when
always plays this
backflipping.
card. Perrin always plays
Yeah.
this card if he has
Sure.
level.
Yeah.
Fighting
Yeah.
dirty.
Ooh, definitely S tier.
S, yeah,
You mean plus, right?
no.
S plus, yes. That's
If
what I
this
What do
isn't
you
the
mean S
best card
plus?
in the game,
right?
There are cards that cancel all actions. Period.
yeah, but the more
This
expensive and
only
the harder to
cancels
play.
bad ones. Sure, sure.
Right, look at all the cards beneath this that are at the top of S plus. We've got a battle card, a
Okay.
battle card, a battle card, a battle card, and a battle card. This card says
Okay.
no to all of those
No
cards. How is
to
it
all
no
of them.
better?
It is expensive though.
6
Not
skill.
really.
That's like
6
this-
skill, yeah.
That's like a dueling Sandar. Come on, man. 5 coins. That's not expensive.
All right. Hmm. Okay.
I can't zoom in, Libra. It's just like it's the tier maker. They're really tiny. But
They are.
yeah, I'm doing my best to remember to say what they are. Sorry. It's usually if these guys start talking about a card immediately, I sometimes don't get it out. I'm blaming them.
Sure.
It's probably my fault. Yeah, fighting dirty,
Absolutely.
cancel a battle action. Top of S plus. Come on, man. You know
It does cancel all the most powerful cards,
exactly.
so I will defer this time.
Find allies. Leadership X. Recruit a follower who's level X or lower from the discard pile. This is like a D.
I
Could
was
be
going to say
useful.
low B. I mean,
Maybe
Like,
it
C.
can be
I've seen it.
useful
It can
to
be
stop-
useful.
I
I can
think
agree
it-
with C.
I don't think it's better than any other card in C.
It could be used. I mean, I can agree with it
maybe
being
it's
in
better
C.
than an exposed weakness.
I think it's better than a bait and trap, and an execution, and a balefire. You can pick up
It's better than
something
Balefire, I
like
think.
if you're Matt or Rand and you're trying to get up your followers, and somebody kills one with an assert dominance, you can just get it back. You know,
Sure. You're
You can
preventing.
also use it to
Nynaeve.
prevent Nynaeve.
It's pretty
you-
bad most of the
That's
time,
tier
though, right?
two.
Like, the vast majority of the time you draw this, you discard
Yeah.
it.
Sure, unless if there was a follower in the discard that you wanted.
It definitely could be worse. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
are
that's
we
fine.
are we comfortable here? I
That's
think
fine,
that's fair, right?
That's fine.
Find the answers. Draw cards
Ooh.
equal to your hand size. Leadership 10.
Really great if you have it and you have the levels. but it's
Yeah, so
hard
to
get-
clarify,
And you have
draw cards
no
equal to your
hands.
hand size is like if your maximum hand size is 8, you draw 8 cards. You don't draw up to 8, you draw 8.
Ah. Okay, that changes it then.
Yeah, so like this is insane. This is
I'd say it's
Definitely
sweet.
pretty
weak
strong.
if you have 10 leadership.
It's also very hard to play. That is true.
Yeah, that's the only thing letting it down, really. I
So
I
that
don't
would
think
make
you
it
can
bang
go.
average?
I think it. Yeah, but like, I think this is better than pretty much all of the cards in S, other than maybe a backflip.
Okay. The only issue is how many players are going to be able to play it.
That's the thing letting it down. So I think
Yeah.
you could put it
Yeah.
lower in S because of that. But I don't think it can go in A, because it's better than a lot of the cards in S if you can play it.
If you can play it, that's the issue, right?
Right.
So, like, Rand's never going to be able to play it. Does Rand have leadership?
Rand wouldn't want
Rand
to.
has leadership, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
but he
Well, that's
wouldn't
true.
want to.
He wouldn't get much value from
But,
it.
like,
All right,
Egwene and
who are-
Perrin are gonna both have fairly high leadership levels, so like,
Would you rather keep that or all the information?
I'd keep both.
Well, yeah, but if you had to
All the
choose-
information. I would agree with all the information. So Egwene
So,
100% would use this.
Here, maybe below Elfin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good right there, I think. Probably.
I'm disagreeing with this, but, you know, James
Like,
hasn't listened to any of my opinions before this.
You're cool with that though, right? Like you expected that to
Yeah.
happen. You know that your opinion's wrong. It's okay.
My opinion's not wrong, though. But it is okay. I would agree that it is okay.
Flanking 2 military +3 combat strength.
I'd say high B, low A.
I'd say it's A. It's always nice. You're never,
Yeah.
like, unhappy to see it in your hand.
A, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
At least.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap to play.
Probably
Helps you
put
get your
it,
levels
like,
up.
here-ish.
Sure.
Yeah, that works.
Fog.
Could be worse.
Um,
Can be useful in as insurance when fighting.
It is.
Forsaken,
It's definitely insurance.
but it's also like, I got a fog instead of,
Right. Like if
Yeah.
you get a fog, you're looking for blossoms or you're
Yeah.
looking for Deathgate.
Yeah.
It's always sad to see fog over those two.
Like,
However,
I keep it, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Because the
Yeah.
situation that you usually get it in is when you're looking for it at Jangai Pass. Sorry,
Mhm.
let me just say the card. Because I don't think I did for this one. Fog, channeling a end the battle and replace the enemy on top of the deck. It's a battle card. So it's a get out of jail free situation.
Yeah.
For anything.
But
good.
It does set up other people to then get that Forsaken that you put back on top.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
But could be yourself later when you
But
get
like, if
the
you
move
thought
and
you
come
could
back.
win a fight and then, one of your cards gets
Yeah.
cancelled or something like that, you just
That's
get to
true.
go, ah, nope. And
Never mind. Put it back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let someone
Like
else
it's
deal with that. Never
definitely
mind.
useful, but it definitely feels bad drawing that when
Yeah, like I'm probably hovering somewhere around like here myself, but I could
Sure.
go down to a C. Like,
Oh, I wouldn't go down
Yeah.
to C.
I would.
You think so? I mean, like obviously only channelers are able to
I
play
probably
it.
put it here personally.
So theoretically, the B category should have the most cards in it by the end of this, right?
Technically.
B and A. Then again, there's a lot of good cards, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Folded Light.
Average by definition should have the most. Okay, Folded Light.
I'd probably put this around the same spot, to be honest.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
read what
just
it
a
does.
worse fog,
Yeah,
but
it's a tiny version,
it's easier to
but
play.
it's a free level, and
Yeah,
channeling
that's true.
levels are important.
Okay, fair. You're
Yeah.
100% correct.
A little better than Borderlands Training and Cover the Back Trail, but not much.
So, Folded Light, for those listening, is the exact same thing as fog, but it can only be used on tier 1 enemies.
Yes, and it moves to the tavern instead of the top of the deck.
And it
as
doesn't
well.
go back.
Channeling
Yeah, it doesn't go
3.
back to the top of the deck. Yeah.
But
Fair.
Sorry. Remind me to do that if I miss it. I'm trying my best. I should probably just like man up and admit that I need to go for a piss, and that's like making all
Again?
my thoughts more difficult. I drink a lot of fluids, dude.
Bro, you just went.
Yeah, like an hour ago
Ugh.
or half hour ago.
Half
That was
hour,
like
that
2
sounds
drinks ago.
right. Oh, man.
Follow the Thread, though, is a card that takes some time, but I don't think it's actually going to take us long to talk about it.
Let's say S+.
9. Skill 9. Look at the top 7 cards of a character deck, put them in any order, and then reveal a card.
I don't think I've ever seen this card play.
Oh, 100%.
Now, to be fair,
You're not playing it right.
I don't play often, but I don't think I've personally ever seen this card be played. However,
I could easily go higher
End
than
game?
that. I don't think you could convince me to go any lower than that.
You think it's not as good as all the information? Is that because of the cost?
Yeah, it's probably better than all the information. It's probably like here.
Yeah. I can see that.
Well, it's just it always finds you a fight.
sure. Yeah, and at
And
that
you
point in
can
the game, you're looking for Forsaken.
Yeah, and you can pick which Forsaken come when. So you can
That's true.
even get 2 Forsaken out of that.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah.
can set them up.
Sure. Absolutely.
The information it gives us as well, really nice. So.
Mm-hmm.
It is more expensive than all the information, and not everybody gets up to that high skill level, but it is very good if you can do it.
Yeah, let's leave it there.
Sure.
Talk about Foretell.
Okay.
Say what it is.
so-
first.
Foretell, channeling 7. As an action, you look at the top 4 cards of an action deck. Add 2 of them to your hand and replace the rest in any order.
I would definitely say this is a very good card.
Do you think so?
Because you get to look at the next 4 cards in whichever action deck you're actively drawing from.
Sure,
you can take 2 of them instead of just 1 card draw, and it's basically the 2 best out of the 4. And then you get to put the others back to
in any order.
Mess with everybody else who might also be drawing from that.
Sure. It is level 7, though, so somewhat expensive. And at the same time, how often are the top 4 cards of a deck useful?
Could be very often, actually. I
would disagree, but
I definitely use a Foretell when I have it, and I can play it, which is a lot of the time. Like if I'm playing any of the channelers, I'll use it. I probably wouldn't use it for Matt or Perrin, but I would say I would use it every time for a Rand, Egwene, Nynaeve situation.
I mean,
it's
I
tier
would
2, so it's the middle of tier 2 level.
It's the top of tier 2. It's the highest tier 2 level.
Okay, yeah, it is top.
Yeah, because once it hits 8, it's 3.
Right, but it's also useful for, like, if you're playing Egwene, you can play that and still not get to tier 3, so you can still bounce off Trollocs, but it gets your channeling up, and then you get the cards you want.
Where are we? What level are we feeling?
I would probably put it as an always nice. Because it's always nice, at least for the channelers.
Sure. I can agree with always nice. I was saying it wasn't as strong as he was saying it was, but I can agree with always nice.
Cool. Did that one without me. Forged Letter. 3 Days to Mar. Force any player to discard a follower of their choice.
Could be worse.
I'd say top it could be worse, lower bang average.
I'd put this in D, honestly.
If
Deep Waters is D, Forged Letter is D.
Sure.
I mean,
I can accept D.
Somebody gets an Adorian or somebody has
profile.
I'm gonna do that now, actually. Hold on, I gotta edit my my thing.
How
about okay, but
bottom of C, bottom of C.
Bottom C or D?
I've used it before.
I don't have strong
feelings about it every time.
Sure, but you don't have any control there, right? You just say you discard a follower, so they're going to discard their useless one, right? You could use it for the Days to Mar, but that's saying for any other card too, right?
Yeah, it's usually just a level. If I'm struggling, and every now and then someone gets a lucky first follower,
right?
Sure. Yeah.
Or Rand only has channeler followers, and you want to get rid of one of them.
Yeah.
There are situations where it could be useful.
Yeah, there's situations. Yeah. Forgotten Tomes. Sweet.
Ooh, read that one out.
Skill 6. Take 2 actions from the discard pile. That's a double Haddon Merc.
That's
free
nice.
of charge.
Yeah.
I'd say that's up there with backflip.
Yep, I can agree with that.
I put it at the top of S, if not S+.
Yeah. I'd say S.
S it is. Form circle. Channeling X. You may increase the... Okay, you may combine the levels of multiple characters. So yourself and your followers. Anyone with channeling, you can add them all together to increase X above 10. And reduce an enemy by that amount of combat strength. Remove from the game after use. Sweet.
Sweet, yes. I was afraid you were going to say S+.
Oh,
no, I was ready to argue.
S+, okay, S+, for sure.
I'd say
S+.
S because it's only a one-time use.
One-time use, and also, as a channeler, how often do you have channeler followers, right?
Well, if you're Rand. If you're Nynaeve.
Well, sure. Well, okay, yeah. You would need at least one.
Actually, I think this might
anybody.
Be a plus. No, I'm with Robin here.
I don't think it's plus.
No,
here.
because that's why it's better, because it's a one-time use. Because you can play it, and Nynaeve can't pick it up.
Exactly.
Sure. If you're anyone but Nynaeve.
Yeah,
and I mean,
if you're Nynaeve, it's S.
But at that point,
else, which is 4
at that point, I'm using blossoms anyway.
Yeah, but
it's virtually and most. I mean, most of the time that I'm going to use blossoms, it's going to be close, if not more, than Form Circle could ever give me.
Go ahead, Robin.
I would say with the Form Circle, it's whenever I pick it, it's like, okay, I can kill any Forsaken now practically, like without even expending that much in other cards. Like it's
Sure,
basically
I mean,
a free Forsaken kill.
That's the same thing with Blossoms. If I draw
Blossoms,
Blossoms,
you
I'm
need
like,
something
I could
else.
kill anything.
You need
But
something
Blossoms
else.
is an S plus, so I think you're arguing for S plus.
But Blossoms can be used multiple times. That's all I'm
Alright,
saying.
I will happily say, Santa, that this is worse than Embracing the Source. How about that?
And I think Embracing the Stores should be in freaking A.
But you're wrong. So
I mean,
But
you'd
I'm
say it's
not.
better than the Dragon Team.
yeah, I
Maybe
think
not
so,
as good as the
actually.
Death Gate.
What?
Well, I would say probably if I was,
But yeah.
if I was using a Twisted Redstone door frame.
I mean, it's
would probably
basically
take a
Charge on
Form Circle.
steroids, right? So it has to be better than Charge.
No.
Oh,
You guys are
definitely better than
fucking
Charge.
whack.
It's Charge on steroids. It's Supercharge.
Do you
It's
have to
also
tap the
legal.
other followers for that one, right?
You what, sorry?
So you're tapping all the followers that you use for that, right?
For the Form
'Cause the
Circle.
Form
for the big
Circle,
X
yeah.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be
Including your own
easier.
level as well.
Yeah, it's going to be easier to cancel at that point.
Unless you're going.
I'm starting
Sure.
to think I went a little
Okay.
low with the 12 estimate.
Nah.
Yeah, right?
I'm gonna win that. I'm gonna win the S guess.
I mean, not if it's more than 13.
You used the Price is
that
Right,
means I'm the closest.
strategy.
Well, sure.
One over.
One over.
Yeah.
For the greater good.
S plus.
So this is another big X card. You can use as many followers to combine a level more than 10, including your own level, and it adds that amount of combat strength to an enemy that somebody else is fighting.
It is a reaction.
It's a reaction, yeah. So you play it when somebody else starts a fight and add 15 combat strength to the enemy. Yeah, this is insane.
I would agree with S plus on this one.
It is as well a one-time use. It removes from the game.
This is absolutely better than Form Circle.
Yeah, because it screws somebody
Fuckery.
over, and with us that counts for extra points.
Yep.
So I would actually say like
Better than Deathgate, you think?
I think it's better than Deathgate, not
Not as good as
not
Blossoms.
as good as Blossoms.
Absolutely not. Okay.
I don't think there's many cards that could sit between Blossoms and Deathgate, but
Sure.
this is one of them.
All right. Fair.
I think Kill Command's probably the other, but we'll get to that. The
Yeah.
next one is For the Light. 9 leadership. Gain 1 point for each follower in your party.
Potentially very strong.
I put it in B.
I think it's high A, low S.
S.
I think it's got
I was
like
thinking
the
low S.
same. It's got like the same ceiling as Eyes and Ears, and it's equivalently as difficult to play as Eyes and Ears.
You make a good point.
Yeah, but if you're Egwene or anybody who gets level 9 leadership in some way through a follower, 2-on, whatever,
You're
Like-
more able to use it. Like there's more chances to use it.
Right.
Right.
You use
But
this with Matt with
the
20
people who
followers, you
have
get
that
20
high
points.
level leadership don't often have that many followers, so it can be
That's
like
also true.
5 points.
That's true,
It
that's
could
true.
be. But Matt with a 2-on, and then you can just recycle it. Just go to Hadmerk, play it.
Yeah, but that's like
2 turns later, you can play it
circumstantial.
again. You get like 20
I'm
points.
not
Well, yeah,
saying
so
it's
is bait and
bad.
switch.
When it's good, it's good. I think it's just not good enough of the time to be more than an average card.
At the very least, it's above Eyes and Ears because you're more likely to play it.
Yeah, there's that.
It is easier to play, and by easier, play it on your turn whenever, as opposed to waiting for someone to draw a card.
Yeah.
You think Challenge, Honor, and Conscripts are better?
I might.
Okay, I could go a bit higher. I could
I would be okay with
say maybe above the Eelfin would be about as high as I could put it.
But you'd rather have a council meeting than a For the Light?
Yes. Infinitely more easy to play. I play Council Meeting
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know,
Yeah.
500 times. I've played For the Light
Okay.
maybe 20 times.
Yeah,
right.
that
Full
works.
Light's really hard to play.
Yeah.
So like I can agree with low A. That works.
I think that's a reasonable spot for it.
Sure.
Foxhead Medallion can be played by any character, and it cancels a wave that would affect the user.
I'd probably put that in high D.
Okay, well, okay, hold on.
You started with high and you confused us both. It's like Heidi.
I think it's better than a D.
It's right at the top of the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
I think it's got to be better. Like I feel like that's better than a D though. Like
But-
it is
I
essentially
think I
a
discarded most of the
personalized
time.
cut weaves.
There's not a lot of waves
Sure.
that affect you.
Yeah.
Sure, technically, yes. So it is more limited, but it is an automatic thing, right? I guess you could still cancel it.
I mean, you can cancel an eavesdrop, but that's about it.
Well, you
What
got
other waves affect you,
Balefire,
Well, you have
Uh,
shield. I mean,
Shield,
nobody cares about
Shield.
Belfast.
Cut
Shield is what I'm
Weaves.
thinking of.
Cut weaves
Sure.
is
I don't think you could
true.
use that on cut weaves.
Yeah, you can use them.
Could you?
No, if they're cutting your card, yeah.
Oh, I guess that would affect you. Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so shield and cut weaves.
Um,
Maybe Mask of Mirrors, depending on
Yes, Dream Spike.
Alright,
is an
no,
S+.
I would.
I guess we could go
Yeah.
low C, but I wouldn't go above C.
I'd be okay with low C. I don't think it's D worthy though.
I mean, I'll probably discard it every time I get it.
Yeah,
but
me too.
Sure. Like a lot of those C cards, you're going to discard almost every time, though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not all of
Towards
them.
the top end, not so much.
Well, towards the top
let-
end, which are close to B.
Let's just move on to Framed for Murder.
Sure.
It's 5
Sure.
days to Mar. Discard an exhausted follower.
Sweet. Above average. I'm gonna go always nice.
Yeah, I think it is where I'd land.
It's
Yeah, I guess you don't have
Not-
to use a turn.
Probably
Yeah, it's
like
not cheap.
here.
but it's not expensive either, and that's an easy way to kill Rodell or Andrel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
I
he
guess.
is pretty
Yeah.
good for it.
It's kind of averagey to me, but if you want, I don't think it's always nice to get.
Like,
I mean,
the fact that it can kill anything and it's fairly cheap.
yeah,
You know,
It-
it only
it's
costs
easy to
one
cast.
more than assert dominance, and it can kill
Mhm.
anything. The thing just has to be used. And if it isn't
Right.
used, then it's probably not something you care about killing. If it's
True.
not something they're using.
Yeah.
So, like, I think this is a pretty good card. Only 5 days
Yeah.
to
Okay.
Mar.
yeah.
It's
I think it's a
nowhere
great
near
card.
as good as a gateway though, which has to be
Sure.
S plus.
I'd say
Yeah, S plus. I agree with S plus.
Move anywhere.
It is like literally the staple
Uh,
movement. It is arguably better than Perrin's ultimate ability
Why?
because you can get it back.
And you can play
Faster.
It, yeah, you can play it multiple
Yeah.
times.
but-
Specifically, if you're a
You
9
can go like gateway. You can't.
Yeah,
if you have
Wolf
multiple,
Dream,
yeah.
Wolf Dream.
Yeah, but you have to get the card. You have to have enough to play it. Wolf Dream, you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
can do
Sure.
every
No, he's
turn.
saying the ceiling's higher, not that it's strictly better every time.
Well,
Yeah.
true. And obviously, Dream Spike cancels. Honestly, I'd put it below Dream Spike. I'd say if we put this nest,
That's
it's on the
fair.
bottom
That's
end.
if fighting dirty is going to be above the strong battle waves, battle cards, then Dream Spike above Gateway makes sense to me.
You'd put it above Follow the Thread, or a Backflip, or a Forgotten Tones.
It is arguably
Yeah,
better than
pretty
Backflip.
comfortably. Pretty comfortably.
All right,
Yeah.
I guess I'm outvoted on this one, and I don't really want to die on that hill. So
Apparently, dying on the hill doesn't matter though. So,
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
scroll down every time now.
yeah,
Got to
right.
that point. Glass columns. So only playable by an Aiel. Gain 4
Could be
favor and
worse.
3 points.
Could be worse. I probably wouldn't waste my turn on this, unless if I needed the favor.
I think it's kind of discard worthy, but
I'm okay with that.
yeah,
Honestly, I was going a little high so that you wouldn't laugh in my face.
no. No, I think it's a pretty bad card. Like, I've played it, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the
It's a tier 3
favor's
card,
really
too.
nice.
Yeah, but it's tier 3.
If I have 7 favor already, to be honest, even if I have like 5 favor already, I'm probably not playing it.
Right, it's like a wasted turn, especially at that end of the game.
No, because it's good towards the last battle, that's what I'm saying. Like, the favor's nice if you're under the cap on favor, because it's a point each. So it can be worth like 7 points.
Oh,
you know?
Okay. Fair. It could be worth 7 points, but there's so many better cards that's worth 7 points. I think Bury the Dead would be, well, I mean, obviously, that's why it's way up there.
That's why it's
so.
an S+. This is
that's
D.
true. Okay. No.
Like,
I mean, I'm okay with it being D. I'm not arguing that.
I think it's probably top of D.
Sure, I'd be okay with that.
Grand Conspiracy is a big X, so combine any amount of characters and remove it afterwards, and it can go above 10. Discard X levels worth of follows from other people. Combined, like everybody. So you
Where are our other big X cards? I don't think it's as useful as Form Circle or the other one.
No, I think it's probably... Honestly, I think it's probably like...
Definitely always nice.
I'd say
might even be sweet.
Yeah, I'm
high
thinking
A, low S.
I was literally thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
There are points where it could be very useful.
Like here.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good. Guiding the people, getting leadership level, leadership.
Well, 2 really, because you're playing it, or 2 on your follower, which also can be good. I'd say it's always nice.
I think we gotta put that in sweet. Embracing the source is an S+.
No, because leadership is just not as important as an attribute.
I mean, what's our third? Sure. Okay.
That's just determined by like the quest that people have to do.
Sure.
Leadership is objectively not as important as channeling.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's only like Cover Me that's a battle card in leadership, and you don't play it yourself anyway. So
you good, Santa?
Always nice. Oh, Santa disappeared.
I don't know. What's you good, Santa? Hello.
Yeah. I was talking. I'm here.
It's like we can't see you. Oh,
there he is.
I'm here.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know. I think bang average, but I'm happy with it. I'm not going any higher than it. Yeah, it's probably better than most of. I put it here.
All right.
Guild Secrets. 6 skill. Choose an attribute type. Reveal from a character deck until you reveal someone of that type. They cost 2 fewer resources to recruit.
Could be useful. I'd say that's
nice.
Always nice. I would agree with that. Maybe on the low end.
I put it on bang average.
Yeah, a little high for skill level, but
useful for rand.
I think it's just
for
average.
A lot of yeah. Maybe low A?
Like, it's okay for Rand, but when does Rand have 6 skill at that point in the game that it's okay for him?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he gets been
okay
for free.
For
he gets
Nynaeve, but when does Nynaeve have 6 skill at the point of the game when it's okay for her?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you have a card that you can't play yet, but you think you can get a follower that can play it, it's good.
I think there's way better things that you can be doing for 6 skill.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, it's not always nice, I guess, but it is nice a lot of the time. So maybe high B.
Sure. I was thinking low A, high B, so high B works for me.
Yeah. High B. Hammer and Anvil. Military 8, gain 5 troops. In battle. In battle.
Not a good card, I don't think.
Are you crazy?
No.
I think it's
I'm not.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 5.
Sweet.
Good way
I
to
mean, it's
refresh
at
your troops
least an
after fighting
A.
a
It's at
Forsaken.
least an A.
At least an A. I mean, I'm thinking B at most. Like
At
it's
least an
5
A.
combat strength. It's a battle card worth 5 combat strength. It's objectively a Arrows of Fire, but worse.
If you're going for a
Power
tier
up weapons.
3 military card and you
Sure.
pick it,
And it's easy to play.
It's not easy to play.
If you're
It's
looking
8.
for tier 3 military, it's easy to play.
I don't
so
know.
it's like, oh,
You.
this can get me to my power wrought weapons. And then I win.
It can be used for power wrought weapons, but
What you're
like that's the
forgetting,
only
Sandra,
strategy that you're getting there. Yes, go for it.
is that you can use it when you fight a Trolloc Fist, and then you just gain troops.
Yeah.
Okay, you are correct. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So that's slightly better than I was thinking.
Plus, if you're Matt, you can keep the troops.
That's true.
So, it's pretty good. I
guess you.
I'm in A.
I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's always nice to have if you
Okay.
can get it.
If you can
And
use
if you're tier 3, which is when you get it, you probably can use it because it's the low end of tier 3.
it. Okay. I will defer on this one.
I think it's probably I think it's better than most of the cards that are in A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe lower than a Battleborn.
I can see myself using Battleborn much more than I can see myself using that card.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because it's both cheaper and it has a higher ceiling.
Yeah,
like
way higher.
But it's better than a flanking, just like.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I mean, not really though.
I
What's
mean,
flanking? 3?
at level 8 military, if you play a conscripts, you get 4 troops, which you can do anytime, but it takes your whole turn.
Yeah.
That's true.
Whereas this you can do whenever you have
Yeah,
fight, and
it's good.
Turn.
Hammer and Anvil's good.
Okay.
Hard choices. Leadership 5. Reveal the top 5 cards of an action deck. The player to your right chooses one of them. The player to your left chooses another. You get the remaining 3.
Being average.
I'd say C or D.
Really?
I think this is pretty good.
I mean, it's all right. You get 3 cards out of it, but it's the 3 worst, and you give 2 good cards to your enemies.
You also tell everyone what they are. Everyone sees those 3 cards.
Yeah, but how many times have you played this? Because I've played it a lot.
I don't play it very often. I know you play it a lot.
And I'm usually pretty happy with the results.
Mm.
I never do this on the tier 3 deck. But I'll do this on the tier 2 deck. 90% of the time I have the option to.
But you could be giving 2 Blood Knife rings away to other people,
Sure. And then you can, I don't know, play collected evidence and
yeah, sure.
enjoy the rewards.
I'd say I would only play this if I need to get a card out of my hand for some reason, or I need a leadership level for another card.
Sure. I mean, yes, it can be useful, but you're showing your hand, basically.
Wow. So what you guys are saying,
I'm okay with B.
You're okay with
I'm okay with that
C.
being average. It can be, it's useful. It can absolutely be strong, but I feel like most of the time it's not going to be. Just like Into the Ways.
I'll put it at the bottom of B.
Okay.
That's where you get me to run.
Okay.
Because personally, I think it's here. But
let me put it this way: I like it when other people play it.
I like playing it when I'm playing against Rand and just watching him cry.
Forcing him to get a card, which makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Healing is channeling 5. It is a reaction after you win a battle, and it says you don't lose troops. But you can't use it against tier 3 enemies, so tier 2 or lower. I think it's pretty good.
S.
I think it's S.
Low A. B.
I think it's S.
I think it's more like an A or B, because there's a lot of those types of cards.
Yeah, but how many are channeling?
Well, 1. but
Right.
then you've got 2 arms as well, and like, I don't know. I feel like the people who use weaves generally tend to have less troops and fight less with like tier 2 enemies, and fight more Forsaken with big weaves. So they have
You're
just
correct.
less opportunities to use the healing. Whereas like a 2 arms, I'd put in maybe Sweet. I'd put a 2 arms at least in like towards the top end of A, but I think healing is just worse on account of the strategies that it fits into.
You make a good point, and I have gone down to B.
So I'm thinking like...
I'd say high B, low A.
Yeah, I'm happy with a high B. I think it's better than a fog. It's probably...
Sure.
It's easier to play than most of these cards, to be honest, so...
Yeah, top of B is good. Or bottom of A.
Heavier than a mountain, 10 leadership. Put a level 10 follower in your party on the bottom of the character deck. Gain 12 points.
I'll go with B.
B.
What did you say, Santa?
D.
I would say C.
How often are you going to have a level 10 follower that's leadership specifically?
It doesn't
sure, you
have
guys
to
keep
be.
mentioning.
It got changed. It got changed. Place any level 10 follower in your party on the bottom of the character deck, and it doesn't have to be played by a leadership. You can play it yourself now.
Yeah, you need to have 10 leadership then.
Yes.
Right.
That's a hard card to play.
It is.
So
which is why it's
that.
Well, no, you can play it with a level 10 leadership follower.
Oh yeah.
Sure. So at that point, you would. Well, I guess you could pick it.
Somebody needs level 10 leadership.
You need level 10 leadership and a level 10 follower. That's hard as hell to play.
Not with
That's
assist.
so difficult.
Not with assist existing.
Fair. Okay. No, that's a good point.
It's hard to use. I'd put this in C.
It's very.
I think like.
I mean, low C.
I'll usually hold on to it for at least a few turns to see if it looks likely that I can set anything good up with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes you just get a free level 10 follower, you know? Sometimes you just get a free Tom or a 2-on or whatever.
Yep.
So.
And 12 points is quite nice. I mean,
12 points is big.
It does take a turn when you're probably at the point where you're trying to find a Forsaken.
Yeah, but that is like a small Forsaken for free.
It's like a small Forsaken.
That is a small Forsaken. Well, you're getting rid of a level 10 character, though.
Yeah, but it could be just something useless that you got for free, like a Tom.
Sure. It would have to be useless, though. You're not going to use that on fucking Rodell.
Right.
Heron Marked Blade, new and improved. Attach this card to your player board. You may...
S, if not S+. That's
Can
free
I
combat
reading
strike.
the card out for
I'm
stream?
sorry. I am so sorry.
Military 10, attach this card to your player board. You may exhaust the Heron Marked Blade to gain 5 combat strength. So it basically operates like a follower once it's in play. You can use it every few turns to get +5. Yeah, I think this is...
I might...
Maybe S?
A, maybe I could be convinced to go up, but it's at least
It is hard to put into play.
Yeah, that's the only downside.
It is hard.
That's the only downside.
It's definitely not as good as Dragon King.
Sure, you're correct. Well, once it's in play, it can't be canceled, right?
Yeah,
because no one's playing it.
It's just
when
they play it.
Only when it's played. That is the only time you can cancel that card.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
after that, it's a free.
If you cancel when it's played, when you put it on your board.
Yeah, you can only do it when you put it on your
board. It can't be canceled at all.
No,
even though it's a battle. It's not a battle card, is it?
It's an action card.
No, once I guess play, it just operates like a follower. Like a follower ability.
Yeah, because it's already been played. You're just tapping it for extra 5 combat strength.
Yeah. They can't cancel it.
Wow. Yeah. And you can't even discard it like a follower.
Nope. Yep. It's a free 5 combat every 3 turns.
It's just the only thing is it's 10. It's hard to play.
It is. Yeah. I would agree with that.
I think I'd probably put it somewhere around
top of A, low of S.
Sure.
Here.
I'm good with that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What about High Chant? Are we getting there now? We're getting there.
Are you getting there?
Got about 60 cards left. I think that means that we're 2/3 of the way through. Looking good. Alright, High Chant. Skill 2, draw an action, reveal a character. Probably a C or a B.
I'm thinking B. It's a +1 to your skill.
Okay.
You're replacing
It's
the
about
card.
the same as an eavesdrop, yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
It's about the same. Maybe slightly better.
I would say a little tiny bit better, just because you can get the character.
I don't think
front.
Robin's gonna argue with us on that. But...
Probably not.
High Chant. Sorry, I'm scrolling all over the place. Hunt them down. Military 9. Reveal characters until you hit an enemy and then fight it.
Strong. Once that you're at the point in the game that you can use that, like obviously you're going to use it on tier 3 deck, which is a guarantee. Well, I guess it's not guaranteed, but it's more or less guaranteed a Forsaken. And if it's not a Forsaken,
or a
then
Shida, which is as good, right?
Right.
The
Well,
vast majority
better.
of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably like
I feel
around
like
the same as Follow the Thread for me.
it would have. I would argue better, and only for one reason. There is a chance, although small, that Follow the Thread will reveal 4 characters and no Forsaken.
What Follow the Thread 7?
Well, you know what I mean. Whatever the number is.
It looks at the top 7, but with Follow the Thread you get to reorder them. With Hunt them down you don't, and you don't get to pick either. You just get the top one.
Sure, that is a good point.
And with Follow the Thread, you can also see other tier 3 followers coming up that you might be able to get for free and Kyrian or whatever.
I think Fred's better, but it's a thin margin.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You make it a good point. I can agree with that.
It just gives you more control of the situation than Hunt them down does. They're both very functionally very similar, but Follow the Thread gives you slightly more control of the situation.
I guess all I see is blood, and therefore Hunt Them Down just speaks to me.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
And yes, I agree with the High Chant.
Yeah, we put High Chant. Oh, you were still listening. Right, yeah. Impressive Display is the next one. 8 skill. When you recruit a follower, reduce its cost to 0.
Could be very strong.
I quite like Impressive Display.
I mean, it's good. I don't typically use it.
At that point in the game,
because it's a reaction now.
Yeah,
which is good
to remind you. So yeah, it doesn't. It used to take like the turn to play, and that was not great.
I don't see a lot of times people get up to 8 skill, but if they do, then they get that, and they want to get a good follower. Like if they flip
you play a backflip.
Tier 3,
you're on 8 skill.
You can't bring other cards in as combos.
That's true. Well, I mean, no.
I mean, you sort of can, but not really.
You kind of have to. I mean, I would agree. I wouldn't say play a card to get to 8 so you can use this.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm saying if you're getting your skill up to play skill cards, like...
Right, like, if you have the skill, you would use that to get a powerful follower. The problem is it's tier 3.
It's
yes, right. The problem is that it's tier 3, and at that point, like... The only reason you would use that card is if you... Well, I guess if you're looking for a Forsaken...
It's probably... I would probably put it around here.
Yeah. I'm okay with B. I am okay with B. That is fine with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Journey to Ruidian.
Always
skill
nice.
3. Increase your lowest attribute level by 1.
I would say that's...
it might be an S.
I would agree that it's a high A, low S. The only reason I would say high A and not S would be that you have to have skill to use it. It does increase, a second skill. It's essentially a better.
Well, it's whatever you need, wherever you need it in it.
Yeah.
You get the level.
But at the same time, maybe you don't care about your level 1 military, and you use this card. Now you're only getting 1 skill instead of 2. But I mean, not saying that,
How many times have you been stuck on 1 military with Matt or 1 leadership with Perrin?
Sure. Never. In fact, that would be stupid if that were the case. But I don't know, maybe you have some strategy. And, You know, you're fine. Never mind. I take it back. What I just said, just remove from your brains.
So
It doesn't exist
yeah.
What I'm
anymore.
hearing is S.
Mm-mm. I would agree with S.
That could be low S. if
I
it's gonna be
think
an
this
S.
Low
is
S.
a bit low careful word.
Oh,
It
you're
is
putting it higher than
100%
Enter the Ways.
It is 100% better than
Higher
Into the
than
Ways.
Into the
Into the
Ways.
Ways does not belong up there.
No, it doesn't. It belongs in the top one, S plus.
No, not even close up
considered
there.
that
Bang
one.
average.
It is the best card in the game on turn 1.
That's it, though. That's the only time it's good.
Yeah, but that's
98%.
like, right.
98% of the game.
Sana, you've got to
Yeah.
consider the emotional damage you can do to someone just by playing it into the
Sure.
ways on turn 1. That's like,
Yes,
that's put
it's
a
so
tilt on
good.
their whole early game. They're sat there like this, man. I wish I didn't Into the Ways.
Sure. Yes, I get that. I agree.
Never draw Into the Ways. I'm
Turn
sat here
1 it
looking
is-
at a portal stone. What the fuck is this shit?
I would use a portal. Oh, I guess I'd have to go to Barrelon first. But freaking turn 1, best card ever.
We're not
Period.
on Into the Ways. We're not on Into the Ways. we done Into the Ways.
Ah!
We're past that. Kidnapping.
We're not. We're coming back to it.
Kidnapping. Destamar 7. Take control of a tier 1 follower owned by another player.
D.
Yep.
Level 7 for tier 1 follower. Now there are specific
I think
there
it could
are
be
a
worse. It could be
there are a
worse.
few tier 1 followers that might be worth using that on, but there are so
Yeah.
many cheaper ones that you could do. Coercion, for instance, would be so much better than that. Actually, I would say because of that, discard, because I would use coercion every single time
But Min,
over that. But Min? What about Min?
like it takes
Yeah.
What level is
Extra
Min?
level of
4.
4.
Okay. Coercion, that's one more level than that. They get
Or
Min
like
still
a
too.
channeler for
Yeah.
Rand.
Coercion.
A level
So-
5 channeler.
It is a little better
I
now
have
that
10.
it's tier 1 instead of just nobles, but
Like, I'm not saying coercion's not better, and coercion's
Yeah, low
in
C.
S tier, but I don't think this is D.
Sure, but
quite.
I am never using that. I am discarding that.
Yeah, but Santa, you're pretty bad at this game.
I was first place. I am first place. I forgot. I am first
No,
place.
you're not. I am.
I am so good. No,
I'm first place.
you don't count. You cheat.
Alright, yeah. Shall we... I'm just...
Yeah,
shall
kill
we-
command.
leave
I mean,
command.
you can leave it there. That's fine.
Kill command.
But I will.
10 military, plus 12 combat strength.
S at the very least.
Yeah, S at the least. Probably near the top of
yeah.
S.
I would be okay with S plus here as well. It is only one less than a Deathgate? Sorry, no. How much is Deathgate?
Deathgate's
Deathgate's 8 or
9.
9. Yeah, but what's the channeling on it?
9.
Channeler 9.
It's only
9.
one more
Okay, so-
military than the Death
But you
Gate.
gain more.
Yeah, it's
You gain a
plus
lot
12. It's guaranteed
I would say-
12 every time.
Right. Deathgate is easier to get back, specifically with Nynaeve, right?
I mean, if you had 10 military, I'd rather have a kill command than a charge.
I agree.
I'd rather have a charge if I don't have 10 military.
Yeah, if you have 10 military, kill
Yeah,
command is better than charge, period.
I'm pretty, I'm comfortable with it where it's at right now. But I don't know about you guys.
I think I'd
I mean,
rather
it's
have a
if-
kill
if-
command than a gateway. Or a dream spike.
Well,
Nah, Gateway's infinitely more
I-
useful than Kill Command.
I mean, Dreamscape is definitely more useful than Gateway as well. Than Kill Command, sorry. I'm going to argue S plus because I think it's on par with Deathgate. It's just the military version. It gives you more, but it's a little harder to play.
That's fair. It's harder to recycle though, that's why Death gets so much more
Yeah,
priority.
like Deathgate's definitely
Oh.
much easier to grab.
Oh, never mind. Put it back in S. We're on 13 and S plus now, so we have to go back
I
to
mean,
12.
What, you think we're going to get through this entire list without putting another card in there?
I have anything to say about it.
There's no way.
So I've already won. Nice.
No, if we get double 13, then we all lose.
Well, we've not got that many cards left. Then again, we've still got smooth skirts and all-turn carbs.
That's true.
That's another 2. Killed in battle's the next one, though. Military 4, when an opponent wins battle, discard an exhausted follower in their party. I would say this is
Average.
B.
Average. Where did we put the other one that kill a
Exhausted.
exhausted? Yeah, what was that other card?
We put that up here, framed for murder.
It is better than that.
They have to be they have to have it tapped.
Nah, it's more
and they have to have
situational.
just in a battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can play this at any. You can play framed for murder at any time. You can't play.
Yeah, but it takes your
Battle
turn.
anytime. Yeah, no, I get it, but because it's less narrow. Like
Sure.
Mhm.
But okay, so obviously Rodell is going to be after a battle, but Androl is going to be tapped to get to a battle. So after that
not
battle,
necessarily,
you're
you
going
can
to play
tap for
that.
anything.
Well, sure, but there's a good chance that they're going to battle at the minimum.
Or they go to
Trollocs.
Jangite Pass, or they go to
Sure,
Hadamir,
sure.
or-
I think
Like-
I'd rather have a conscripts than a killed in battle, but
yeah, I'd put this in B,
All right.
but
Top of
some-
B?
I'd probably
At the very
move frame
least.
for murder down too. But yeah,
this is probably I'd probably rather have a healing.
yeah.
Healing? Then
Yeah.
killed in battle?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is it my bloodlust again? Is that what's making me think highly of
It
these
is
cards?
a fuckery card. It is a fuckery card.
It is a
Uh,
fuckery card.
Learned in combat, however, skill 4. After you win a battle,
Okay.
draw 3 cards. This is S at least.
It is, well, cards are strong. I'm thinking,
This is here.
where's the favor one? That's the same thing, but favor.
That's here.
That's B?
That's
Yeah, I would say I
that's
would
A.
put it on a similar level to the expert flourish, but
Well,
maybe a little better. 'cause it's
cards,
X cards.
yeah,
It's way
cards
better.
are better than
Way
favor.
better.
I agree with that. Almost S plus though? I don't think so.
Maybe like here.
Like, if
Hmm.
you have that card, you're 100% using it. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
yeah,
reason not to.
Yeah. Learned in
Yeah.
combat's so good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave it there between just
that's fine.
after
I'm okay
Arrows
with that.
of Fire.
Yeah.
Learn from the best.
Ooh, I think that's
X
going to have to be
skill.
S plus.
So,
Let me X skill.
sorry.
Reaction when an opponent plays a card with level X or lower, so it can include 0 if it's a neutral card. You get to take that card after it resolves.
It is infinitely better than Enter the Ways.
I think
That's
it's
correct.
the best card in the game.
I mean, it's good.
What can it do?
Well, if you don't have skill, you can't play it. But
That's a good point.
But you're not going to be playing it if you don't have skill, right?
and
It's anyone can play it, basically. If you have skill, you can use it.
I think I'm being overzealous to say it's the best card in the game.
yeah,
But I'd put it like right next to Embrace, probably.
yeah. The thing is, it depends on your level of skill too. Like if you only have 6 skill, like you can play a fighting dirty, but you can't steal, a
Sure.
Deathgate or
But let's look at these, right? So the second strongest card so far, at least that we've agreed on, is
Blood
Blood
Knife
Knife Ring, which you only need 1 for.
you need 0 for.
0.
Um,
0, yeah.
Well, sure, but you have to have skill.
Oh,
to
yeah,
play it.
yeah.
So
One skill.
you need one.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Plus, if you do have a skill on your attribute board, you can
Yeah, level.
pump up your skill when you use
Yeah.
the learn from the best and go back and get it again.
Also, how many X's are in the S plus right now? Right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's
X
half.
cards are good.
Yeah.
They
So
just-
that's
it's 'cause-
useful. That's
it's
very
'cause
useful.
There's no level requirement, right? It's just
Yeah.
Right.
whatever it happens to be. Learning the craft, gain 2 skill. Or yeah.
I really like that when I'm naive, especially. But yeah, it's good because not a lot of
This
things.
is
I mean,
like-
skill tends to grow slower, so learning the craft can be useful.
We'll put it here.
I mean, right now the best card in the game is skill.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd say it's better than a guiding the people. Not as good as
Also,
military.
the majority of the cards in the S tier are also skill.
Uh,
I am going to argue that this is S tier at the minimum.
Okay, but it's not better than A Journey to Radiant, so I think it's bottom of S.
mm.
Potentially.
So it's better than a
obviously.
Heron Mark Blade.
Well, see, the thing with Heron Mark Blade is it's hard to play.
Yeah.
That's the biggest downfall to
Yeah.
Heron Mark Blade.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay,
only 5
yeah.
combat, but it just, obviously is permanent.
Loose Badger, top of S+.
See,
I'd say it's bang
okay,
average. Yeah.
Yep.
you think so?
It's exactly next to Eavesdrop and High Chant.
Okay. I have played a
Probably.
game where I played that religiously because it was fun. However, I haven't played it since.
I mean,
So-
And did you win that game?
No,
It gets bumped up a bit just for flavour.
sure.
Like,
It is fun. It is a
it's
fun card to
always
play.
nice to see a loose badger, even if you're not planning to play it.
Yeah.
Just because it's a loose badger.
Right. And like when you do get to play that, you're like, oh, give me your money, give me your money.
Ah, got ya. It always feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. You get
It
to
does
be
feel good.
evil.
Right. I mean, you're not going to
But
win.
also, like,
if you
you
continue
but
playing
you're
it.
also not going to make any enemies by playing a loose badger. People are going to be like, you scoundrel.
Sure.
Right. Great in the 5-player, too.
It's like harmless fuckery. Lucas Menagerie, 4 skill.
Ooh, that's
Game.
always nice.
1 coin, 1 favor, 1 troop, 1 action, and 1 character.
The potential of giving Luca for free makes it awesome. However,
Never seen it happen.
chances once or twice, I believe it's happened. I think I've seen it once. The likelihood of that actually happening
Mm.
is too low for us to consider that seriously.
I would probably put it just above flanking. Uh-oh, we lost
Okay.
James.
I mean, I
Um,
think he went to go stream in a pillow or something. But
Yeah. I would say Lucas Menagerie probably always nice to have.
it is always
Better
nice
than
to
a
have.
flanking, maybe not quite as good as a Careful Prep. Or in Hammer and Anvil Battleborn and all that. Expert Flourish.
Yeah, definitely not better than those.
I mean, Expert Flourish is a good card to compare it to. Expert Flourish
I
you can
guess.
play when
Wherever landed.
react.
We're
I was
looking
saying just
at
about
A right
flanking
now.
and the always nice A here for Luca.
I
It's
think
a
this
nice
is B.
Really?
I'd be okay with B as well.
I don't think it's good
Um,
enough for A.
I mean,
Yeah.
it gives you a lot of resources and it's fairly cheap. And it obviously replaces the card that you use to play it.
I think it's better than a lot
That
of
is-
things in B, but I don't think it's an A.
That card is objectively better than moving. There's not
Yeah.
very many cards that are like. I mean, obviously, if you're going to be playing a card, it should be better than moving. But that card
Okay.
is always better than moving.
Alright, how about that?
I'm okay with that.
Maybe
Yeah.
even one more.
Is it? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
That's
Guiding the people's better?
yeah,
I guess so.
Mashing Shaitan.
Ooh.
Any follower reaction when another player moves using a waygate, they lose all troops.
Discard. D.
Yeah, but it's probably one you hold on to for a while before you discard it.
You hold on to it,
And
hoping
then
that
you
someone is
eventually
stupid
discard
enough.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, someone's stupid enough to play Enter the Waves that late in the game.
Like here. Yeah. Well, it's only a tier 2, it's not tier 3.
Nobody's using it at that point.
I never see it used. I mean, it's
Yeah,
great if
yeah.
it does get used
Right,
at the
it's
right,
D.
just the right
It's D.
time, but yeah, I would start it.
You know.
Mashadar.
Okay.
Any follower, all players discard their hands.
So, D. However, the fuckery and how wide your grin is when, Nynaeve or Egwene discards their entire hand makes it a C. No. Definitely
S?
not S+.
Yeah.
No.
No, I
That's
would
well.
put this,
There
if I'm being honest, I'd put it probably top
C.
of B.
B.
Yeah.
You're getting rid of all your
or
cards too.
bottom
Yeah,
of
yeah,
A.
yeah.
You would only use that if your hand was shit.
Yeah.
Or if you're naive and you can just pick up things
Sure.
really easily again, or if you're pairing
Yes.
and can jump to add merc.
How many
or...
For
cards-
one card.
How many cards fundamentally change the game like Mashadar?
I would argue that Mashadar doesn't change it much.
Well,
Yeah, it
what if you
does.
know other people
Mm.
got ahead of you in the game?
Like, yeah,
and
you're
they had
really
better
far
cards?
behind. You just need to catch up, and everyone's already holding blossoms and
Sure.
arrows and bury the
A
dead
very
and whatnot.
specific use of that card. Yes.
But you can also use it when you want to. You can position yourself
Yeah,
next to
yeah.
have merc and play it while everyone else is further away. And then you can
Sure.
pick up a bunch of good cards that way.
Or you can just like
Before they
dump
can
your
get
hand
back
on
there.
a fight and then Mashadar after, because you just got rid of all your good cards.
I don't
right?
know, man. I mean,
I could put it.
I'm going to stop at C.
I'd say it's always nice. Because you always have the option to play it, and you know if you
Sure.
have it, other people can't play it because they don't
That's
have
true.
it.
That is true. You make a good point there. If you have it, you know no one else can play it. So there's safety there.
The card that you
Like,
say that
yeah,
about
that-
should be at
Yeah,
least always
exactly,
nice.
exactly. It fundamentally changes the game, doesn't it? Like, it's such a
Mhm.
weird abstract card, but how many cards do you always have to keep in mind? Well, I mean, yeah, I'm in a great position right now, unless somebody plays a Mashadar.
But nobody thinks that. Like
People play this
more
card all
like
the
at
time.
least with me. I mean, sure. But if I'm in that position where I'm about to go kick ass, I'm more worried about cancels, right? I'm more worried, oh, do they have a smooth skirts or a well-turned calves or
Yeah, we'll get to
a
those.
Taverin, because that
We'll
got
get
played
to those.
against me 4 fucking times or something like that.
I'm gonna leave it in A. Me and Robin are driving the ship here.
Yeah.
Mask of Mirrors is next up. Channeling 5. You
S.
use it to play a card with somebody else's follower. Don't think it's S. I think it's
I think it's
A.
I think it's top of B.
Top of B.
I do discard it sometimes.
That's such a good card.
Mhm.
It
Why the
can
hell would you
be.
discard
It
that?
can be. It takes a lot of setup, and if you just don't have the bits to go with it, then
Yeah.
it doesn't do a
There's
lot.
so many cards that you can use on other people. Call Lightning obviously would destroy Matt, well, probably just Matt. But like you can use Blood Knife Ring, you can use so many things. Kayla's used Mask of Mirrors so many times to make awesome fucking plays.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's an A. Personally, like I think it's always nice, but I do discard it every now and then, so I don't think it can go higher than an A.
I could go with a low A.
All right. Oh wait, James. So you're saying it's A because you discard it sometimes, and that it cannot be higher than that because you discard it sometimes.
Yes.
Have you ever discarded Enter the Ways? Ever?
Well, that's a different case.
No,
'Cause
it's
Mask
not.
of Mirrors doesn't have the ceiling that Enter the Ways has.
There is the ceiling that Enter the Way has is turn 1.
No, the ceiling that Enter the Ways has is infinite because there's no ceiling in the ways. Come on, man.
No, you just go up upside down. You're fine. Anyway,
I think this is
I'm okay with A.
Around.
I guess it could be as good as a Mashadar, maybe even better.
Better than that, Ashadar.
Yeah, I think I'd probably put it there. You're splitting hairs at this point. You know.
Ugh.
Mass Fork Route. Military 7. Exhaust all followers with channeling on by other players and take another turn.
B.
Yeah, like
I'd
if you
say
have
C.
that, it's a free card. I mean,
It's
I
filling
would've
the
said
same
C.
purpose as one of these, except it's harder to play.
You
it's
get an
hard to
extra
play,
turn.
but it's a free turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rotates all your characters
yeah, you
and
get
your
rotate.
tier
That's
3.
like the most important part of it, is that you get a rotate.
Right.
The only bad side to that is that it's expensive. That's
Yeah.
literally the only reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Plus, like,
if-
how many times have you hit this on Jangai Pass and just felt like
Sure.
you came to a party
Yeah.
and nobody
So-
was there?
So that's just like a fog, right?
Yeah.
It's in the same situation as fog in that case. Okay.
You're like,
I'll take.
I
C.
guess it could be worse, but
Yeah. Okay.
This is
I'll
not
take
supply
C.
raid or an execution.
Sure.
Messenger. 2 leadership.
Uh,
Make a move. Add a single resource from an adjacent location to the location you move to.
S.
IS.
IS.
It sounds
I agree with
like
that.
we're all in agreement there.
That's a strong card.
Top of. I think I'm happy.
Yeah.
Better than backflip? I would say no.
Yeah, I think because you use it a lot more in a game.
Yeah, for that reason. Yeah. Like,
Fair.
if
Okay.
I can play them both, 100% give me the backflip every time.
Sure.
But Messenger
It is much
such
easier
a
to play.
low-level card. Not
Yeah.
just that it's easier to play, but it helps you get those levels that you need.
Sure.
And it keeps you moving while you're doing it. Whereas backflip is like the late game value. Yeah, I
Sure,
want to do
sure.
this every turn.
Yeah.
Mistress Salvia's Honey Cakes, 2 skill, gain 2 characters. Pretty good.
IB.
B, I
this
can agree
is
with B.
An A.
The problem is,
It used to be worse when it was just Tavern Row, but it is just gain 2
Yeah.
characters
Sure.
now, so you can just reveal. You can do whatever, you know.
I guess you could reveal 2 and then just recruit one of them.
Hmm?
Oh, I guess if you're naive, that might not be a bad one either.
You can use it to hunt
Mhm.
Forsaken in an endgame, dude. Like,
That is a good point. But
You're not
like,
gonna
are you
pick it up
going
in the
to
end,
have
though,
it on
no.
Merc? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to have it on Merc, or are you
No, but-
drawing tier 1 cards?
no, but you might have a Hammond, or you might just randomly
Okay.
have it left in hand because you never used it in the
It-
early game.
You should have discarded that a long time ago if it's still in your hand at that point.
I don't know.
But
like,
like a follower that can pull it from the discard wouldn't
okay, but
be that bad.
how many cards can let you dig twice through the character deck in a single turn? Because it's not many. Like,
Sure.
backflip,
Right.
messenger.
Like
That's about it.
hunt them down. The other the thread one that you were talking about before.
Well, it's
obviously
digging,
those are
digging,
strong
digging.
ones.
Always
Yeah.
nice. It is also a low level card, so
Yeah,
it'll help you get
2
your
skill.
skill up.
Yeah.
Sure. It's also your action though. You are using your turn to do that and only that.
Yeah, but like 2
Yeah, but
characters
it's like 2
is pretty good.
turns. Yeah, it's like 2
Sure,
reveals.
but at beginning level, you don't have enough to get both of those. You're going to reveal one and then go, should I buy this? Or should
Yeah, but
I
you don't
reveal
play
another
it
one
on-
and hope
I'm
I
not
can
saying
play
it's
that?
good on turn 1. I'm saying it's good on like turn 15.
I guess it's
Okay.
basically like Nynaeve's tier 1 ability for anybody for 1 turn.
Yeah, kind of. Kind of.
Kind of.
Or sometimes you just pick up a couple guys from the tavern. You know?
Sure.
Like,
I can see it has its
this is a good
uses.
point. I recently saw somebody use this as Nynaeve to flip
Oh yeah.
a channeler into the discard pile, reveal another thing, and then with the second character pick up the one from the discard pile.
That does sound strong.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Chris does make a good point. Like you could flip 2 Forsaken with that too.
Exactly.
You'd
yeah.
have to get really lucky though, and also
I think
hope
this
to
is
God
A
that the
for
first
sure.
one doesn't kill you.
Personally, I
don't
think
think
this
it's
is
A.
better than an expert flourish, but
It is not always nice.
Yeah, Chris did
There
say
are-
recently that he was scared of it because you could get 2 Forsaken in a row and
I
then
think
smash
this
in one of them.
is.
There,
Which I mean, is
feel
a
like
legitimate point, but
it is not always nice to have. There are some times where it's useless. It's not good for you.
These aren't strict, you know. It's more just the S, A, B, C.
Sure. No, I get you.
I think I'm good with this here.
Okay.
Let's do mount up. 1 leadership. Move along 2 paths, ignoring the first, arriving at the second. This is always nice.
Right. This is
I'd
always
say
nice.
almost maybe low sweet. Like
I could
I
I
could
could
see
agree with
that.
sweet. Yeah, it
move around.
you can
it's
always
level
play that.
1.
You can always play that. It's a good card.
Yeah. Keeps you moving, gets you levels.
Yeah.
Anyone can play it, gets you off 1.
Yep.
Solid card. New recruits, 3 military, gain 3 troops.
Put
Probably
that at
top
low,
B.
always nice.
I mean, it's
Top of being
conscripts,
low A.
right? It's got to be close to conscripts
It's better than conscripts in the early game.
for most of the
Worse
game.
in the late game.
Yeah, but only barely.
Right.
At most 2. They're both actions.
I think I'm okay with that.
Sure. Although you could always play conscripts.
Yeah, like
Although,
this scales
like,
better into the late game, whereas it's
It does.
also good at early. This is
Yeah,
only good at early, so
Yeah.
like I think it's more
Yeah.
like here.
Sure, that works.
Okay.
Yeah, I escalated to fight with them on honeycakes to get it that high.
You had a fight with me. Robin agreed with you.
Nightflower, when another player starts a battle, they lose 5 troops. It's a reaction. Skill 8.
Skill 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, that skill
It's
8 makes
fuckery?
it less good, but it is
True.
fuckery.
I'd probably put it like
Um,
around a burning letters level.
Sure.
yeah,
I'm
I'd
okay
say
with that.
That's fair.
Cool. Notoriety. X skill, gain X favor or coins.
I feel like that's strong.
Yeah, I'd say that's always a nice one.
Always nice. I would agree with that.
I don't know where exactly in always nice, but I typically use the notoriety if I get it. If I'm playing a
I
skill
feel
character.
like that could be better than conscripts.
Probably
maybe?
better than Lucas Menagerie.
Definitely better than. Well,
I mean, you get more variety with Lucas Menagerie, but you can.
true.
Yeah, if you're on skill, it's tier 2 cards. So you're going to be on at least skill 5, maybe up to skill 7.
Ish. Sure.
You can get like 5 to 7 favor, so definitely
That's
better
true.
than a Promised Power. Where did we put that?
Well, the thing with Promised Power. Oh, wait. We haven't gotten to Promised Power yet.
Oh yeah. What was the other one? Well, Expert Flourish is good.
reaction, yeah, 'cause
Or
it's free.
reaction.
When
But yeah, I'd say in between a Lucas Menagerie and an Expert Flourish for the notoriety.
What?
Whoa!
I don't know that I want this more than a new recruits.
Really? I mean, if you're on level 5 skill and you want to get to that 6 to, play your fighting dirty, you can get 5 favor and then you're ready to go.
Yeah. But like,
It is a lot of favor. And let's be honest, you're using that for the favor, not for the coin.
yeah, 100%. And if it's anything less than 4, I'm not playing it. So
Sure.
Right, but it's a tier 2 card, so you're not going to get it before you have at least 5 to play it with.
I guess theoretically,
Ideally, that's the truth, but like in reality, it's not quite that.
I think it's like I'd rather have a Mask of Mirrors. I'd rather have a Mashadar.
I agree with that. Well, I don't agree with the Mashadar, but the Mask of Mirrors for sure.
Maybe like here.
Yeah, as long as it's an A, I'm good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
an A. It's an A.
It's always nice to get.
Oath Rod. Only playable by Aes Sedai. Look at another player's hand and choose an action to remove from the rest of the game. And
I'm
then
gonna say
remove the Oath Rod
D.
itself.
So, B?
D.
I'm
D.
on B.
Oh,
As in discard.
nah.
I'm on B.
At least B. I could almost.
I have ruined more than one Nynaeve's day with this card.
You have, yes, because you
Oh,
always
that's
know
a
what she
good
has.
point. It can take
Yeah.
out of Blossoms.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean that happened to me my last game. Of course, I got another Blossom, but
You have to have an Aes Sedai to play it, though.
It
They're
is.
not that
Sure.
rare.
super awkward.
they're
Don't
not
get me
hard to get.
wrong, but it's not a card that you just always throw into the discard pile. Like, if Nynaeve's in the game, you keep this card. And you get yourself
100%
an Aes
should.
Sedai.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or you lose.
Maybe a C? Maybe a C?
No,
I think,
I'm going to agree B at the minimum.
I think low B is fine.
Like,
I
there's
think
so
I could
many Aes Sedai.
argue... Yeah, no, I could go with C, actually. I could go with C. Unless you...
Aes Sedai, the
There are a
Aes Sedai are so easy to get.
There
They're literally everywhere. If they're
Would
not
you-
the most common, then they're the second most common. I don't know what the most common is. but I feel like they are the most common.
Probably.
It is not hard to get an us die.
You gonna say, Robin?
Well, would you rather have an adapt the plan or an oath rod?
It would depend on the situation.
Yeah, it's situational.
If you're against,
I think it's
Navan-
splitting hairs. Like,
Yeah, leave it there. Could be
it's
worse.
about as useful as a balefire.
See? Oh, it's so much better than a balefire. All right, do you look at the hand, right?
Well,
Yeah. What's the other one where you look at the hand and take a card?
Yeah, but then you get
Eavesdrop?
to keep the card.
Yeah.
Sure,
Elfin.
This one.
that's
you
true.
destroy the
So
card.
it would be less than an elfin.
Yeah, way less.
Oh yeah.
But still good because it permanently removes it.
All right.
It could be worse.
All right. Oh, old treaties is up.
Old treaties for leadership. Choose a nationality. Reveal cards from the top of a character deck until you reveal a card of that nationality. You may recruit it to shuffle the rest back into the deck. I think this is comfortably an S+ card. And I think for a new player, this is a D card. But when you know how to
Because you don't
play
know
it-
nothing.
Cause you don't know anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
that's
you're
true.
like
I agree with that.
super familiar with the books.
But even then, you'd have
Like,
to know what
a
the characters are.
ridiculous level. Yeah. I mean, you could guess, but yeah, when you're
It's
new to the
certainly-
game, Old Treaty is not very good at all. But once you started figuring out like which the Androls and the Rodels and the Mirandians to hit tier 3 with Rand, or
I mean, it's basically
the
just the story.
Mayenna.
Right, yeah.
You got Domani as well, and Sean Chan for 2 on. Like,
Yeah.
there is a lot of uses for this card.
It is absolutely better than Bold of Winds. And it has less chance of being cancelled.
It's cheaper.
It's also cheaper.
I wouldn't say it's better than Bowl of the Winds. Bowl of the Winds,
Why?
you can look through and pick whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
Well, sure. But if you're using it on Androl or Rodell,
Right? You can do that with Bowl of the Winds too.
exactly. And that's
Bold
what you're
of
going to
the
be
Winds
using Bold of Winds on
also-
anyway.
It's slightly harder
Do
to
other
play,
things.
though. And
It's harder to play,
there's only one of
And it's
them.
easier to cancel. That's also true. There's only one of them. Because you have 2 chances to cancel Bold of the Winds, right? You can cancel the card or you can Dream Spike it.
Yeah.
Which would really
True.
suck if you get Dream Spike, because then that next guy is just going to go, yeah, that guy you picked up, then it's mine now.
Oh, I'd say it's at least comparable.
Yeah. I'd put them about the same point.
Okay.
Possibly higher.
It is cheaper.
But
And
it's
there's more
probably
of 'em.
not better than a backflip, though.
I could agree with that. Like, Backflip
Yeah.
is useful.
Just, like, on an objective power scale,
Yeah,
backflip's better.
yeah, I'm good with that.
2
I'm good with
turns
that.
is always better, in my opinion, though. I still think you're wilding about this being S. 1 for the books. Hey, another card that lets you take 2 turns, but it is 10 skill, so I'll veto that one. Or accept that one, at
Yeah.
least.
You're not making 2 turns, though.
10 skill, make a move, then
It's like a
play an
turn and a
action from
half.
your hand.
It's like a turn
Kind
and
of,
a
yeah.
half.
Well, no,
So you're not rotating.
What if you got a spine pole?
You have other.
Sure, but you're not rotating, right? You're not rotating your
Just
stuff.
fine. What if
Sure.
you make a move and then you backflip?
That would be very, very strong. And I can
That would
totally
be
see that
sweet.
happening. That would be
know?
very good. That's 3 moves in a turn, which would be insane.
Exactly.
But you're already have to
Absolutely.
be at 10
Can-
skill.
You have to be at 10 skill. It has the opportunity to be extremely powerful. However, it's very difficult to play.
Santa, how many cards
Yeah.
have I used to make an infinite turn loop against you?
None, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you not
I don't think you've
remember
ever done that.
Brown Arjar game?
That doesn't count. That was playtest material, and that is not official. Still not official.
I mean, it's kind of at a point where it's ready to be played now.
Is
Tested
it?
it a fair bit,
Brown
yeah.
Aja better have been changed. Like hard. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
They changed.
we'll see.
All right.
Um,
How many Ajas have actually been tested though?
But all of them. One
All
for the
right.
books, though. We'll talk about that later.
Sure.
Yep.
Make a move, then play an action from your hand. 10 skill. I think it's probably like a B for me, if I'm being honest.
At
If
the highest, yeah. I mean,
Sure.
it's good if you can play it, but I don't think I've ever really seen it played except maybe a couple of times.
I've played it a few times.
Yeah, it's tough to set up.
It's tough to set up, but I will try to the vast majority of the time that I draw it if I'm close.
Yeah.
yeah, if you have it and you're able to play it, you will play it. There's no reason not to, right?
Yeah. I would say most of the time I'll discard it because I won't have 10 skill at that point.
That's true.
But
I would agree with
it
that.
is
Suck noob.
pretty close to the end of the game when you get it. Probably.
Right.
Is all dying.
But it can be good if you can play it close to the end of the game. So I'd say it could be
Mhm.
worse.
I'm okay with B.
All right. Well,
And
if you guys
James
are
not.
okay with B, then we can go low B. Fine.
Okay, I'm okay with low B.
All right. I guess we're going low B.
Low B.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's probably better than eavesdrop
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
one's Usquire. Isle. Discard any follower who is not Isle.
If
B.
I'm not mistaken, there's quite a bit of IEL, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah.
not a
There's
large
a decent
amount.
margin.
There's
a,
decent amount.
There's a
You'll
decent
get one.
ratio of them in the tier 1 and 2 deck.
Say probably you'll have an IEL 60 to 75% of each game. Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this card wouldn't be difficult to play, and it's so much easier to play than
I'd
what
put
are
it
those
around the
other
same
kill
as an assert
characters?
dominance.
Sure.
Maybe a bit
Yeah,
better.
I'm okay with that.
yeah, I guess we could go up to B on that one. It can be good for taking out Androl or Odell or
It's
other
not as good as a duel,
men or somebody.
but
True.
I'd probably
Yeah.
put it like there.
Sure.
Persecution. Military 8. Battle any dark friend or black Argyle in the discard pile. You don't lose troops, and then you remove that person from the game afterwards.
I'd say high
Um,
B.
High B. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. It's a high level card with limited uses.
It
limited
is a
use.
nice little. You can do a quick, point gain toward the end
Sure.
Mhm.
without losing troops while you're
Yeah,
still
yeah,
building up your Forsaken. So
Yeah.
And you
and
can
you can
use
take
that
that away
on
from somebody else who might be farming somebody.
You
True.
use it on Fane, and
you
then
can
no
use-
one can take the dagger
Yeah.
off you.
was literally just trying to say that. Yeah.
Or you can stop someone from farming an Alviarin or a Fane or a Slayer
Sure.
or whatever, you know. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a pretty good card. Usually you'd prefer to have other stuff probably, but like
Mhm.
you're not going to be pissed off to draw the persecution.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. Especially if you have the
You'll
military. for
probably
it.
play
Like,
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Pilfered plans.
2 days to Mars, steal an action from another player.
It is
See?
a random action. Well, you see the back,
See?
but see?
Could be worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'd say low B. I mean, it's good
Yeah,
because you can
no,
steal.
You're right. You're
It's
right.
not-
It's probably like
Eavesdrop is better, right?
Eavesdrop's probably better.
Eavesdrop's
I
definitely
think Hard
better.
Choices is probably better.
I wouldn't go that far, but that's fine. We're splitting hairs there. I mean, I hate it when somebody plays a pilfered plans on me, and I can usually get something out of it.
The
when
thing
I
is,
play
like,
somebody
it's
else.
early game. It's a free level because a turn
Yeah, true.
means a lot less in the start of the game than it does at the end
Correct.
of the game. So, like,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
turn at the start of the game is fuck all, and you replace the card, which means a lot more at that point.
Mhm.
Whereas, you know,
And
I
you
think,
take one
like,
from somebody else.
Yeah.
That's true.
Play for your
Fuckery is
supper,
nice.
skill 3, gain 7 coins. Bottom of C, probably.
B.
Sure.
I'd say
see?
low B. I'd say it's similar to pilfered plans, really.
No, because it doesn't replace itself.
Yeah, but you, especially toward the beginning of the game, you could use 7 coin,
He's correct there. 7 coins is quite a bit.
and
Like,
it's a
you
good
turn
one
2 or
for
3.
upping your skill level.
Also true.
I think this
I
is
guess top
like,
of C is fine.
definition of could be worse.
Okay.
Top. I can agree with top C.
playing the game, getting 2 days tomorrow. Level 1 days tomorrow. I think this is probably bang
Top of
average.
B?
Sure.
Yeah, we're being fairly generous to the level up cards, but days tomorrow's
We
not
are.
the most important attribute to level.
Yeah. Scroll up. I just want to see how many days tomorrow there is near the top. Okay, so there's none in S+.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious. And the best one is coercion, which you don't necessarily need that for.
Yeah,
So-
careful word.
Well, coercion,
Yeah,
you
so they're
definitely want that
all-
for, but
Well, I mean, yeah, you want it higher eventually, but like you
Yeah.
just keep playing coercion every turn, you'll get 10.
Yeah, it's a more of an early game card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I can agree with that.
Yeah. Political distraction, exhaust ex-followers, and play another action. I think this is pretty good. I think this is
Yeah.
probably an A for me. Like,
I'd say it's always nice.
because you can play it even
Yeah.
if it's just level 1. Sometimes you can fuck somebody over. Sometimes you get a free
Mhm.
Bella, or you get to kill an out of Hawkwing, or you get to just tap
Sure.
down an Androll or a Min for a few turns, and like it doesn't take the full turn.
Yeah, it's essentially
really
free
good
to
for a
use.
Gwyn,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
like it's still decent on pretty much anyone else.
I'd be okay with A.
I think it's
Yeah.
Like,
it's higher than a conscript.
if you have
it's
this,
free.
yeah, it's free. If you have this card in your hand and you plan on playing a different card, you should play this first.
Right.
And if you're not planning on playing any cards at all, you're probably gonna lose the game.
Well, I mean, yeah. You hold on to it until you plan on playing a card, basically.
Yeah. Portal Stone. I'm gonna go with.
C?
I'm going to go bottom of D.
I
D?
think this is a high C.
I'm okay with, like, low C.
Yeah.
It's divisive.
It is-
I know Portal Stone's divisive.
Yeah, turn 1, like, if you don't get into the ways, Portal Stone's the next best thing, right? At that same time, though,
I'm gonna
you're
play
putting your
it-
hands in the fate.
99% of the time.
Really? Don't
On
you
turn
always yell
one.
at me when
On
I
turn
play it?
one.
On turn 1, yeah. Well, no, because you need a follower.
No,
So
you don't
it would
now.
be
You
turn
don't
2.
now.
Do you not? Did they change?
Yeah. It's any character.
Oh,
Any character.
Okay,
So, Portal
Then
Stone,
yes.
any character, flip a coin. If it's heads, move to any location. If it's tails, the player to your left moves you to any location.
okay. Then I agree. That does make that better. 100% turn 1. It's
But, like, I play Portal
It's
Stone
half-
all the time.
Mm.
After
I mean, so do
Yeah.
I.
Like, if
That's
I draw
because
it...
you know how to flip the coin properly, so you get
No,
hits
it's
every
just
time.
like I play it when I don't care about where I'm going. Where I'm just
Sure.
like, I've got this refresh, but like I don't want to spend a turn just to refresh into nothing, but I really need a channeling level. I guess I'll play.
Can't tell you how many
Portal
times
Stone,
Portal
and-
Stone has lost me the game, though.
Yeah, but like,
you have the potential of it being bad, but at the same time,
yeah,
it is
It could be
a more
worse.
use. I feel like it's better than Into the Ways. After turn
What?
It's
1.
not. It's not.
After
No.
turn 1.
No.
Because you would use it at the end of the game, right?
Hands down,
good.
not better
Oh,
than Enter the Ways.
you see, I'm okay with that being in C. I'm trying to argue Into the Ways being in B.
And that's not moving. Power
Ah.
roll weapons, military 9, battle. Each troop worth an additional +1.
I'd say A.
That'd be nice.
I
Of course,
I
it is
mean-
difficult to
I
play.
think for me, this is like better than a kill command.
Yeah, but what if... Yeah, I mean, if you get it after
depend on the-
you've depleted your troops from a fight, it's not really worth anything until you build
True.
your troops back up.
But,
But it does
it's a
make
level
your troops
easier
worth
to play.
One level easier to play, sure.
Yeah.
This is very good on Perrin.
I think
who
it's at
is
least
going
an
to have.
S.
I mean,
And Matt,
yeah.
who saves all his troops.
true.
Yeah.
And Rand,
Um,
who just has ridiculous amounts.
that's because he's going the Jingai Pass 100 times.
I think this
I don't
is
know.
S, at least.
I would agree with A.
I mean,
Does have that
this is
level
better
9.
than Arrows of Fire.
Maybe?
Yeah.
You can get Arrows of
Maybe.
Fire back though.
Uh,
That's why we argued. That's why you argued it being
Yeah.
S, because it was easy to get back.
Yeah. I mean,
and you could always use it. You can't always use this one. In
yeah.
fact, a lot of the times this card would be useless.
It's better in some circumstances, worse than others, but also it'll get played a lot less than
I
Arrows
think
of
this
Fire.
is like better than a fair amount of these.
Yeah. What about, is it
100% better than Enter the Ways. Absolutely.
I know,
But
but
I
Is it better
mean,
than Call Lightning?
I want to say yes, actually. But I might be thinking that Call Lightning is too high.
I think I really think it's up there, but
I mean, I would agree with the high A.
Oh, I'd say it can be in the S.
I think so.
But it would be low S.
I'm going to put it above Grand Conspiracy and Find the Answers.
Okay.
Practicing the forms, getting too military.
Okay, how many military cards are at the top right now?
Quite a few.
I'd say that's
Yeah.
going to be in the S.
I think this
At-
is
Oh, actually, there's less than I thought.
slightly better than Learn the Craft, I'd say.
No, there's
Yep.
more skill cards up there, dude.
Yeah, but that's not all.
I mean, true, but I mean, how many
we
freaking
also
military
haven't-
cards do we have left?
Gotten through the deck yet.
Yeah, but how many military cards do we have left? There's not very many, and most of them are low level.
Mm,
I don't think many of the skill cards are going to be up high, though.
Sure, but we already have most of the skill cards up there. I would arguably say that the skill one is better than Learning the Craft. Or whatever it's called.
I think
Practicing
there's
the forms.
more mid-range skill cards, whereas there's more higher military cards. So you need more military levels on average than you do skill levels, because the skill cards you don't need as high level to play the good cards, and you're playing those mid-level cards, so you're getting up to the
You
higher
make a
rank
good
anyway.
point. It is easier to get up to the high levels, what you're saying. I would agree with that.
some of the main value of those particular type of cards is that they are only one to play. You got to think about what levels or which characters have those as their one.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Matt
yeah.
has military as the one, and he really uses military, so it's really important for him. Whereas Nynaeve has one for the skill, and that's less important for Nynaeve. You know.
Yeah, I think it's just ever so slightly better than a Learning the Craft, but
I mean,
it's not a big margin.
you did right. You did say that like the skill is easier to level up just in
Yes.
general because you're going to be playing them more, which makes a lot of sense to me. So I would agree with what we have right now.
Promise Power, 3 days to mark, gain 5 favor. At least an
I'll
A.
always play that card. Yeah,
Yeah, there's no
Hey.
reason. Yeah, it's a good card.
It could be S.
low S. Yeah, I can see low S.
Low S, high A.
I think at the bottom of S is actually the perfect spot for it.
Sure.
I'm in.
Where did we play for your supper?
Play for your
'Cause it's-
supper. C.
It's 100%. Okay, yeah.
It's
Just
way
making
better
sure.
than that, though.
Yeah, way better.
Protective Cocoon, 7 channeling reaction, prevent a follower from being discarded. Probably like a C.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shield. No, well, Cutweeze would obviously be better. Wait, no, never mind.
This is where
I mean, it's great to use with a Blood Knife ring, but that's combining cards again. And
I think I probably have it here, which is below Execution. Maybe you
Yeah.
could go a little higher, but
they're about the same level as Execution. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think I've ever played it, so I'll defer to you guys.
Rally.
Yeah, it doesn't get played often.
Getting through them, guys.
But yeah, we're almost
Nice,
done.
nice.
Thank God, I'm tired.
51
Rally.
to go. Rally. Ready, X followers play another card.
At the very
in its
least-
leadership.
Yeah,
There's really
it
no reason
cannot
not
be any. Yeah, it cannot be lower than the other one that we just did. The
The political
DSMR one.
distraction. So I think this
Yeah.
is. I think it is I think it's worse than political distraction because exhausting a bunch of followers is oftentimes going to
Is
get you
better
more value
than-
randomly than
I would agree.
readying a bunch.
It is also a free card, though. Just
yeah,
like
no.
the other
I think
one.
it's good still. I think it's average. Like I'm infinitely more happy to draw political distraction than I am to rally. So I think it needs to sit like a decent bit below it, if you get me.
Sure.
Not just like right below it.
Mm.
But
It's
I'm okay with that.
basically a free level.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in
I
the
might
same
be
situation.
there, the
If you're
top
going to
B
play
is
a
good.
card besides that one, then you
Yeah.
better play that one first.
Refresh is kind of the same case there. I think it's probably just above rally, but not by a lot at all. Two channeling.
I mean, obviously,
Ready a follower other than the user and place a level up token on them. You may play another
Sure.
action with that follower.
Yep, I'd say
and
yeah,
like,
right above it.
yeah, sure.
Excellent for Rand too.
Yeah, it's extra good for Rand. I think that's why it goes slightly above
Sure.
rally. Just because of how good it is for Rand getting those extra channeling
Mhm.
levels. Rescue Townsfolk. 1 skill, getting 2 favor and 2 coins. I think this is definitely an A, if not a C.
It's a good
S.
card. I
I'd
can agree with
say
that.
A. Probably middle A.
It's A. Late game, it drops real hard.
Yeah.
But beginning game, it's fantastic for getting
Yeah.
your skills up,
And you're not
getting your
drawing tier 1s late
resources.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah, you never don't play this if you have the opportunity to in the early
absolutely. You should 100% play that.
game. Okay, top of there. Seems good. Resupply.
Resupply.
Play anytime to gain 2 coins, 2 favor, and 2 troops. Leadership 9.
Leadership 9. Hard to
Real
play.
sorry.
However, if you have the
Deep throat
leadership,
laugh
like
again.
you're playing it, right? And there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
I'm going to argue average, and only because it's so difficult to play. And honestly, like the resources that you gain aren't that much, but it has that nice effect that it's basically a free card that you can play whenever.
I mean, if it wasn't for the levels, I'd say it's
It'd be a great card.
definitely better than a Lucas Menagerie. You can play it any
Sure.
time. It's a free card. Yeah, the levels
like-
make it difficult, but
Yeah,
I'd
and
say
you're never gonna
it's
use it to
good.
gain a level, right? Like I guess maybe if you had a level 10 card that you wanted to play and you're at 9, then this would be like the perfect card.
Right, but also it's really good for getting last battle points that other people don't
True.
realize you're gonna have.
Yeah,
Somebody
no,
else
fair.
win the game with a Forsaken or whatever, or finish the game, and then you suddenly get extra last battle points. Like, it can be
So
really
what are you arguing for?
say at least A, maybe low A.
A? I mean, I might agree with a high B.
It's always good to have.
I think I'd probably put it in the middle of B.
Right. It's difficult to play.
Yeah, it's around the
never-
impressive display level for me. Probably just above.
But I mean, it's so good for that last battle. Like, you just throw that in, and you're like, haha, I got 3 extra points at the end.
Sure.
3 points, like.
To be
I mean,
fair,
I-
I've played plenty of games that have only been won by 1 or 2 points.
Sure.
Right.
So, but like you could say that for every other card. You're also losing a point by playing it, though.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah, on average, you'll get 3 points probably out of it. Yeah. That's
Well, I
that
mean, you
game.
probably have 10 if you have 9, right?
Well, I put
So
it.
you're not getting leadership.
I put it in the middle of B, so
I'm okay with that.
that's like.
You can also play it
average,
and then-
bang average.
You can also play it and then pick it back up and have Merc, and then play it again.
That's a waste of
Really?
time. Let's move on to riverboat. Move to any location with a river, as long as you're on a river already.
A.
Oh, sorry, on the
Solid
same
A.
river, but
Yeah, middle of it.
yeah, solid.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
It
okay.
is never a bad card to draw. And anyone can use it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's probably only under the rescue townsfolk there.
I mean,
I
it's
think
like
a little lower, but yeah.
it's
Close
it's
enough,
not
it's
not
fine.
it's like a cheap gateway, But
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
can
It
use
is.
it.
It's usually the rivers are pretty decent for getting around if you have a way to traverse them.
Most places
Sure.
you want to go are on a
Are on a
river, and most of
river,
the time
yeah,
you're on a
yeah,
river
yeah.
as well.
That's true.
Ruby Hilted Dagger.
So-
any character can play the Ruby Hilted Dagger. You gain +10 combat strength, but then you discard your hand. After the battle, you get the dagger back to your hand.
Right. So, for specific characters, this would be a bad card.
I think this is always nice.
I mean, it's not always nice though. If you're
You play your
if
hand,
you're Rand, you
and
don't
then
want
you play
this.
this last. Yeah, you do. Lets you
Sure.
discard all your bad cards. You
Okay,
lose
great.
this if you're Rand.
If you don't love this, you lose all your power if you're Rand.
No, it doesn't retroactively check it. You use your tier 3 before you play this.
Sure, but then 3 turns from now, you have what?
Right, but
3
you
or 4
also
cards?
got rid of all the jank that you couldn't discard because you've been not wanting to random discard all game.
Okay, fair. I can see that.
I mean,
And
I
you
don't
were
see the
playing
fact
all
that
your
you're
cards in the
naive.
battle anyway.
I don't.
okay,
Sure, I don't
It's-
see Nynaeve. Sorry, go ahead.
it's twice as good as a dragon team, except that you have to discard your cards.
Yeah.
Dragon Team, I would argue, is better than this.
Yeah.
Right.
But, like, we've got
but
Dragon Team
also-
in S+.
That's true.
Also, dragon team takes 7 play military.
This one is free. Yeah.
This is
Um,
definitely at least an A.
I can agree with that.
I'd say it's in the S at the minimum.
So, I don't
Everybody
see it
wants to have the reveal.
affecting Nynaeve much, but at the same time, if I'm playing Nynaeve, then I would like Void in my hand. I would like other things. I might use those cards, sure, but like I'm going to want that high hand so that I can discard to draw more, right? At Barrelon. So as Nynaeve, I don't want this card,
I'm
and
pretty
I would
happy
argue
with it
as
on any character.
fair. And like you have
Probably
obviously played much
Egwene
more than I have.
Is who I'm least happy to see it with.
I mean, this is tier 3 though. Presumably, if you didn't get it from Pat and Fane, you're already tier 3.
Yeah.
You don't need those discards.
But like,
You might. You can also,
it's just
I
it's
mean,
it's the backup, innit? Like it's an insurance policy. What if someone cancels your
Sure.
card?
Sure.
I'd rather
That
have
is
it
a-
than a Call Lightning or an Arrows of Fire.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, but like if I have those, I'm playing those first, though. You know.
Sure, play them
Yeah.
first and then play this.
Yeah.
I think it's better than a backflip.
I don't think so.
It's not
better
better
than a
than
messenger.
backflip.
I'm okay with A.
Might
I
even
can
be
settle
better
A.
than a kill command. Because you get it back.
You get rid of all your cards, though. Completely.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can pick up cards quickly. Especially if you get more mobility on.
I'm gonna put it
tier
right
3,
next
I
to Call
probably have
Lightning
ways to jump
and
around.
call it
Ugh.
a day so we can move on. Bob will be happy with that. So shout out Bob for
I tried,
designing
Bob.
the
I
logo.
tried.
Oh, he's actually here. Most interested now. Yeah. Bob, we know you're voting for the dagger. Wow, we've had an Embracing the Source poll up for an hour.
I was thinking Dagger S+, but Sorry, Bob.
Scouts. Military 1, make a move ignoring Trolloc bans.
definitely at least
It's-
A.
Yeah, it's a
So you can
solid
play it
It's
anytime
it's
for a level.
strong. That is true.
top of it for
Um,
me.
You're obviously
In fact,
not
I think it's
using
better
it.
than a Promised Power. I think it's around the level of a Mount Up, actually. I'm gonna.
I
Yeah,
think Mount
I'm
Up's more useful,
Mount Up's more
but I would
useful,
agree with that.
but it's
Yeah.
like it fulfills the same function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not using that card to ignore Trollocs. You're using that card to get a military so
And
that you can
carry on
and
do
move.
whatever you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Like,
a free card.
sometimes you use it to avoid Trollocs. Like, as Matt, to get
Sure.
to Tarvalon, this is... like, if I have this in open hand as Matt, I'm buzzing.
Absolutely.
Because I can just
Sure,
walk
absolutely.
straight from Camelin.
It has its uses, but like once you're
Most of
past,
the time, it's a level
Yeah.
while you're doing what you were going to do anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Search party, 7 leadership, reveal a character. If it's a follower, you may recruit it for 5 cheaper.
B.
I probably put
You
this in
only
a
reveal one.
C.
I'd be okay with C.
Mm,
You only reveal one. Yes, it's super cheap, but
I think I
you have no control
probably-
over what that character is.
Probably put it just above heavier than a mountain.
I'd be okay with a high
personally.
C. I don't know where Robin sits here.
yeah. I mean, I would have probably put it low B, but yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Season Destroy. Big X for military can combine levels of multiple things to raise it above 10. And it steals that amount of favour and coins combined from the rest of the other players.
Super annoying when someone else plays it. So I'd say high B, low C. I mean, high B, low A.
There we
Or
go.
heavy.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm like, C, what? Yeah, I'd feel like low A.
I don't think it's quite an A level card.
Don't think so.
It
It has
no.
the potential of fucking someone at the end. Right?
I like
It
it.
is
Don't get me
denying
wrong.
people
I like
points.
Season Destroy,
Sure.
but a lot of the time it just feels like you don't have the time to play it.
Fair.
Like, if I take my whole turn to do this, someone else is going to kill a Forsaken.
But you can also
Fair.
selectively. Oh, it is a tier 3 card. Yeah, you're right. If it was tier 2, I'd give it a higher value.
I think it's good. It's just you have so little turns when it gets to the end game that every turn, like, if it's not gaining you at least 10 points,
I mean, you could take
unless
a lot
you
of
just
favor
missed.
from
I know you miss a lot,
various
but
people.
you're at least trying to gain points. Then you know.
Sure.
You can sap other people from their last battle scores with it, though.
That's true. Like, this is denying points from other people. This is fuckery, which makes it go up.
I think I'm fine with it at the
I'd
top of B.
High B.
Okay.
I don't think it can go much higher though.
I can accept that.
Shield, Channel in X, discard a follower with Channel in X all over. A?
Low A?
Low A.
Low A is
I
fine.
mean, it's
I think
yeah.
I think it's better than a Notoriety. I think it's better than a
Sure.
Conscripts.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because of Rand.
Rand, yeah.
Rand-
Like, obviously, it's very strong against Rand.
Rand's in 20,
Also
like,
good
well,
for 9E to get to level 2.
That's true.
yeah.
Or-
Oh, that's true.
Um,
It would help Naive, yeah.
yeah, Shield's great. Yeah. Because
Yeah, Shield's a good card.
you can shield a tier 2 channeler and then pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're happy with it, like, in the middle of A.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Skimming. Remove your character from the board, place it on this card. Draw an action card. On the start of your next turn, move to a location and discard the skimming. 4 channeling. It's a slow gateway.
Yeah. You also get a replace card, though.
And it's
So-
lower level. I
Yeah.
think this is probably an S tier card.
I
I can see that.
don't
Low
think
S.
so. It takes 2 turns, and all you do is draw a card the first turn. You gain a level, sure.
So useful in lots of places, though.
Yeah, like,
And-
even in the
and
late
can
game,
be.
it's not bad.
And you get a turn to
Sure.
see what's going on to see where you want to land, so you can see what happens. Like if somebody
Right,
reveals
but-
the Forsaken and smashes on them, and you're skimming at the time, you can just land right on there and take the Forsaken.
Sure. But at the same time, you could cast Gateway and get there.
Oh,
Just the
Gateway's
same.
better for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
no, by a mile. But
I don't think it's S tier. It's definitely nice, especially early game. But I don't think it's. I think it's too slow to be S.
I think skimming is a lot better than you giving it credit for.
I say S for
You
skimming.
might be right. What's the S for skimming? There's another card that lets you draw and then move. Right? What's that card? Where's that at?
I don't know what card you're on about.
Me neither. Basically, all it is you draw a card and then you can place yourself anywhere on the map, but it does take 2 turns.
Skimming?
I don't know. No. I am
You
not talking about skimming.
dude.
Yes. I am currently describing skimming. I left the other thing behind. I'm already done with that.
Okay.
By the way, we might
you
need a
guys can keep
poll
it-
about the dagger. I think we might need a poll about the dagger.
Do we?
Why?
A lot of people say they like the dagger in chat.
That was
and,
ages ago.
Bob doesn't
know.
count because of course Bob likes the dagger.
Yeah, Chris
And
likes it.
I mean Chris is the
Still
only
trying,
one,
Bob.
the
Still
only
trying.
other one here.
it's fine.
Great captains have to.
How
stick
about
together.
we just move to? Yeah, Chris agrees with skimming in the S tier, so you know.
I mean, yeah, but he also agrees with the dagger being an S plus.
I'm actually
so...
gonna pull these two together, seeing as the
Yeah, they're the same.
they're
They're
same
the
card.
exact same card.
Smooth skirts and well-turned calves, the female and male
Smooth
equivalent that cancels an
skirts.
action played by the opposite.
Gotta be
Smooth
at least-
skirts is slightly better, and only because there's more males. Characters.
Yeah.
S.
Yeah. I was just dragging them up. I think they're plus.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
They're
Maybe even higher
extremely
than that.
useful. You think so?
Like I could put it here.
They're so easy to
probably.
play.
They are extremely easy to play. There's only one of each, right? So they're
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
get.
And they can be
Uh,
so crucial.
100% could be crucial, yes. They're also easy to cancel.
Never falls off.
Why-
It
Why did
does
I
never
think there was
fall off,
only
that's
going to be
correct.
12 in the S plus? That's
I don't
such a low
know.
estimate.
Yeah, we gotta get up
I
to what
definitely
26, right? And then James loses. So
No, I wouldn't. I picked
how many-
13.
how many-
I thought it was probably
Yeah,
going to be
if we-
about 18, but I said 13
we-
because then I won anyway.
yeah, if we double your score, we win.
Sneak is a skill 5 card that lets you end a battle with a tier 2 or lower enemy and replace it on the top of the deck.
It's just a worse fog, right?
Yeah. Yeah, probably like.
I guess it
Yeah,
could be
probably
higher
like
than
the-
It's better than
Execution
Balefire, I
for-
think.
what?
Sneak.
I'd-
No,
Yeah, I'd
No.
much rather use Sneak than Balefire.
no, you're wrong.
Ugh.
That's okay, because we don't need to like fight about cards like Sneak. You know,
I mean, I'm not gonna keep arguing about it. Like, I don't give a shit, honestly. Not about that card, at least.
Execution, leadership 8. Discard a
Yeah.
follower in the user's party to gain points equal to their level. I really like this card. I think it's
I
not
like it.
great. It's like average. I'd put it in B, but I really like the card.
It's better
I mean-
than what was that other one? The
Heavier
10
than
leadership
Mountain.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than
Yeah,
heavier
better
than
than that.
Where is that at?
That's in C.
See.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm okay with B.
I'd say it's like on par with For the Light.
Where did we have that?
I think we have that in A.
Oh, that's way too high.
What
But
does
yeah,
For the Light do
I
again?
think it's better than For the Light.
Even though you have to discard a follower?
Yeah, because you can play it with a Mask of Mirrors.
Well, sure, and like that would be obviously the ideal thing. But if you're using the Mask of Mirrors, right, then the other person gets to pick, don't they?
Okay, or you can like do this on a Brigitte.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 100% use it on a Brigade.
15 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like it has
Spoils
its
of
uses
War.
for sure.
Spoils of War, military 4, reaction after you win a battle, gain 6 coins. I think this is pretty good.
Say low A. It's
I'm okay
a
with
free,
that.
kind of a
I think
free
it's kinda
use.
higher.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a skill that gives you coin as well, right? Same thing.
Yeah,
No.
but that's
Yeah, it's better than that.
That this is a reaction, yeah, so it's
Right.
free. I think it's probably around here.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
it's just below council meeting.
I mean, it's basically
with
like
that.
a cheap expert flourish. Yeah.
Spy and Portal 8 channeling from the last 2 rows, people. Look
Nice.
at each player's hand, then take another turn. This is pretty good.
Low A?
It is.
I think low
I would
A is
agree
reasonable.
with low A. Yeah, that sounds
Wow,
good.
we've all started agreeing way more.
I mean, yeah. The tier 3
Like,
card,
you want to
though,
get
dude,
this stream
it's
over.
well, sure, but like at the
Yeah,
same
no,
time,
this is
it's an
fun.
expensive card.
Spy Network, Daystamar 9, look at the top 4 characters of each deck you may, put them in any order, and put any amount in the discard pile. Reveal a character from any deck.
So
Mid
this
to
is
high S.
I think it's S+. I think this is the best of the cards in its category by a decent margin.
sure. It's also difficult to play,
Yes.
though. Right? I mean, it's definitely better than the Thread one. Well, no, because like the only reason you're using that is to get Forsaken in the tier 3, right?
Probably.
So the first 2 decks aren't really useful.
I think the thing that makes it stand out for me is the ability to discard any amount of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, that's
But at the same
just so
time-
good than
at the
putting
same
them in any
time,
order.
The Thread, you can
Thread
put the
goes
ones you don't
deep,
want
though.
at the bottom. It does. It has so much more
No, but
control.
I'm saying, like, discard's good. Like, for Nynaeve, the discard pile is just an extra resource. Sometimes you want to put something in the discard pile because
so no one else
you
can get it.
to Tywin's Gap, but no one else can get to Tywin's Gap at that time, and it's better than leaving it on top of the deck, you know?
Sure.
Or whatever. I think this is better than... I think this is an S+ card.
Is it better than a Gateway
No.
or a Dream Spike?
No. Dream Spike is so useful.
I think it's the bottom of S+, but I think it's
I think the Thread is better.
good
but
enough to be above those other cards.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go on to the next one.
Okay.
Supply raid. Steal an action and 4 coins from another player. 5 military.
Low A?
I'd say
Low
this is
A?
C.
I would agree with C.
I'd put it about on par with a play for your supper.
There are other cards that let us steal cards, right?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Well, Pilfered Plans is at the bottom of B, but that's only level 2. So, like...
Yeah.
Oh, so it's easier to play. You are getting coins, which isn't really that big of a deal, though. I'm okay with a top of C.
It's basically at the top of C.
Yeah,
I think
that's fine.
Ballstone's
alright.
more impactful.
I agree. Yeah.
Talented team.
I put it above the Portal Stone.
You're wrong. That's okay. Talented team is X scale, but it's a big X, so you can use multiple characters to combine and raise it above 10. Gain half of X points removed from the game after use. This is probably like a
High A.
B. I think this is just above Season Destroy for me.
I mean, you get points, and it's
Maybe
an X
even
card,
below.
and you can use followers.
Sure. But at the same time, it's skill, which is easy to level up. So, like, obviously, if you have the skill, you're probably at 10 when you draw this.
I'd be real hesitant to put it any higher than that.
Really?
So?
I mean, it's like a free tier 2 fight at the minimum. Or even
No, it's 'cause
like,
it's half,
you can
right?
get it up to.
No, it's half.
It's
Well,
half.
right.
It's half of X. So
So if X is 8, then you get 4 points.
Yeah. Wait, can you use followers with that too?
Mhm.
yeah, it's a big X. But like even
Yeah.
then, what?
You could have like
16,
a
18?
you could have like a 30-point talented team. And you get 15 points, and that's like a Forsaken.
Yeah, but
Sure.
how often?
But
do you
that's
have
a
30
lot.
Skill?
That's a lot of skill, yeah. You gotta have 20 levels of
Yeah.
followers. That's if you have 10. Like I think it's definitely useful. Like I feel like top of B is definitely a good spot for it.
I'd say it's definitely better than a Neilfin.
I think it's about like an Ilfin is gonna get around the same amount of points on average. I think the average talented team is probably gonna be 4 or 5 points.
So you don't have to discard any cards. Wouldn't it be better than a Neilfin?
No,
An
because I like
A
just
middle?
Takes your
cards.
entire action.
Yeah, Ilfin's end of turn is free. It's way better.
Mm.
It doesn't
True.
require levels. Ilfin's way
But I
better
mean,
than talented
okay. So
team.
what
You
about
want-
notoriety? Would you rather get favor or points?
It's basically the same.
Okay, so put it around where the notoriety is then.
Well,
Well,
no, because this is
actually,
more versatile, so the favor's better.
well, I don't know, because you cap on favor. You don't, or sorry, you cap on you cap on favor. You don't cap on points.
Yeah.
So I could almost argue that Talented Team could be
I don't
more
think the
useful.
notoriety should be that high though. That was you guys.
That wasn't me.
Also gets you a skill level, and you can play it with even with a low.
I've
Yeah,
had this
but-
card sit in my hand unplayed so many times.
Sure.
All right.
Like
Alright.
if you're going to be playing that, you're gonna want 10 skill anyway. So
It has
It's
to
not
be
going to
at
get
least
through.
10
Card.
or it's not worth my time.
right.
And if you have 10 skill, you're doing better things than that.
Sure.
Like playing Tarveran. Cancel any card. Reaction. 10 skill.
Incredibly great if you have 10. That's the
Yeah.
big if.
Fucking Robin used this like 4 times against me last time I played against him.
I put it probably around Mashadar.
If you can play it, it is a very,
Yeah.
very good card.
And that's
It is
the
difficult to
same as
play.
Mashadar, right? Not because Mashadar is difficult to play, but because there's only a certain amount of circumstances where you can play it. For Tarveran, there's only a certain amount of circumstances where you're able to play it, but it's essentially the same thing. When it's getting played, it's really good. It's just not going to get played every time you draw it.
Sure.
But yeah, I think like it's probably around that spot.
I mean, it's definitely very strong. Obviously, it can cancel anything. But the fact that it's so difficult to play,
You could move it down a bit. I don't think
I'd
it
be
goes
okay
lower
with-
than 8,
with-
though.
I'm
You can
okay with
also-
low A.
You can also use it with Rodell to get 10 combat strength. You know.
Sure, but in fact, I would 100% use that with Rodell. But there's so many level 10 cards, like I wouldn't count that.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah,
Tai'Shar Riod. Skill 9.
Mm.
Action. Resolve the effects of any location on the board as if you had just moved there. I think this is pretty good, but it's hard to play. So
Hard to play,
probably a
it's-
low A for me.
I'd be okay with low A. It's not as good as a Gateway. Gateway's S, right, or S plus?
S plus.
Okay, yeah,
I'd say similar to Taviran.
sure. It would be less
Well,
useful than
that's
Taveran.
I mean, you can use it to play on Bearlawn,
Here.
or get a free head and Merc, or a free
Sure.
Get Pass.
No, yeah, Tai'Shar Riod's great.
Or
Yeah, because it doesn't
Yeah.
put you out of position either.
yeah, or you can even play it on Tarwin's Gap and fight somebody.
You could essentially
you can
snipe
repeat as
Forsaken with it too.
Yeah, you can snipe Forsaken. It counts with Perrin's village bonus. That's an important thing to know. Like
Yeah, well, it's as if you had moved there, so yeah.
So if you can do it for a village. Yeah, Tai'Shar Riod's pretty good. It's not as good as cancel any card though.
Right, I agree.
The Flame of Tarvalon. Place level up on each of your followers.
Yep, right there, right where you put it.
C.
D.
It's D. It's got to be D.
You're
But sometimes
at this point.
like-
At this point in the game, you're not going to want to use that.
It's like here.
It's
I
tier
mean,
3.
you might want to use it to get like Ardor Hawkwing up to level 10 to play your 10
To use once?
card,
Sure.
or
Okay.
another character up to the next highest level to be able to play it, like, or add to like a cover me,
it's
or
such an edge case though.
yeah.
Like
It's
it's D.
All right.
D
all right.
at the very. Yeah,
This
at
is
most.
the worst tier 3 weave.
Sure,
I
yes.
think it needs a
I
buff
agree.
actually, because something called the Flame of Tarvalon probably should be a better card.
Yeah,
True.
but
Maybe a refresh in there.
But as it stands now, I suppose that is,
yeah, you can't put it higher than a D just because it's a good moment in the book.
Sure. It's definitely D.
yeah.
The green
may
man.
need a rewrite.
There's no.
The green man.
Rewrite would be smart. Yeah. Sorry.
Reaction.
Green Man is good.
Can I speak? Any follower.
No.
Reaction. When you would lose a battle, instead end the battle, remove the enemy from the game. If it was tier 3, also remove Green Man from the game. I love the Green Man.
It's potentially useful.
I think it's always
especially
nice.
if you're going against.
It's
I don't know.
It's basically as good as a fog, except it doesn't let
But
somebody else kill the
better.
thing,
Yeah.
and it works for any character.
Right. I would agree. It is definitely better than fog.
Way better.
I think it's an A.
I'm
never
almost argue
upset
it's more than
drawing
that.
a Green Man.
I'd almost say it's S. Honestly, it's so easy
I'd
to
say
play,
high A.
and it is very defensive.
Maybe like
Sure.
here.
Yeah, that's fine.
We like the Green Man. Horn of Valir, 7 skill. Again, 1 combat strength for each follower in the discard pile. I think
Useful.
I have this like mid A.
Sure.
Maybe
low S.
No, it's not S.
It can
The
be
problem
It's
is
too
20
narrow.
points combat strength
it's
for the
definitely
end of the game.
the ceiling of it is very large, but at the same time, the minimum is also very small.
Yeah. The floor's low. Yeah.
There's also only one of them. Sure, if you have Oliver, like if someone else plays it, then you get it. But at the same time, 7 skill is hard to get, and if you're playing as Matt anyway, you're going to be recruiting all of them, right? You're going to hope that none of them really go into the discard.
Yeah, I think
I'm okay with A because
think-
it's definitely nice, and that's a good buff most of the time.
I'm probably
But you're never
comfortable
going to
with
get
it,
like plus 35 or anything like that.
I don't think it's better than a Battleborn or a Hammer.
Yeah, those are guaranteed.
Yeah,
In fact, I would argue Battleborn is definitely better than the Horn.
I think that's a pretty good spot.
Know about that. By the time you
potential-
get to have that many followers, there's going to be enough followers in the discard that Horn of Valir is going to be at least worth whatever you get
Not
on a
always.
Battleborn.
I feel like the potential of Battleborn is much higher than the potential of the Horn.
The situations where you use it, yeah, you can use Battleborn in more situations than you can use Horn of Valir.
Right.
The thing is, the Horn of Valir just gains value the longer you have it.
True.
Okay. I mean,
I mean,
that's great.
Battleborn
End
does
the game
too, though.
with a 20-point Horn of Valir in your hand.
Right.
Let's move on to the last embrace. It's a leadership 2 reaction. When one of your followers is discarded, gain 2 favor and 2 points. I think this is probably a B card.
Yeah. Yep. B.
It's kind of difficult to trigger sometimes, but like,
Sure.
it's never bad if you
Yeah.
can play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
I'm okay with that.
So yeah, probably around these other low level cards. Somewhere. The Right Room is Daystamar 5. When another player reveals a follower, you may pay them the resources to recruit it from under their nose.
High B.
B, I agree with B.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Hey. Okay, great. It can be used to get really good characters out from other people, but
We got like
at the same time,
here.
You gotta
Sure.
wait for the right situation.
yeah.
Tower of Genji, 8 skill, recruit any follower in the discard pile for free.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Similar to Impressive Display.
Oh, is that the one that reduces them to 0?
Yeah. This isn't the discard pile though.
This is discard, sure.
Yeah, but it takes the turn to play. I probably put this
right.
in like
C?
I put it above Search Party.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know if it goes
that-
much higher than that. It probably could go a bit higher, but it's definitely above Search Party.
Sure.
Hmm.
Like you would use that after you killed someone else's Rodell or Andrel even,
Or
right?
Olivia.
To get it back. Or Olivia, sure. Or
if you
someone kills a
discard
regret.
it with 90 for
Sure.
whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So
So it has
yeah,
its
I think that's
uses,
a
but
decent spot for it.
yeah.
The Void.
Boy.
Channeling 8. Reaction. When you start a battle, draw 1 card for every 6 combat strength the enemy has.
4
can play
naive,
multiple
S
battles.
plus. If it's not naive, A?
I think it is probably fine.
Yeah, it's
It's
extremely
pretty good for
powerful.
Rand as well, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets extra combat strength. You play it and then pop your tier 3.
That's true. That is a good point.
I think this is probably an
yeah.
S tier card.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'd be
low
okay
S.
with that. I'd be okay with that, yeah. It's extremely powerful on naive. And obviously you can use your tier 3 with that too.
I think it's like here personally. I think I'd rather have just a Call Lightning or a battle card, but in the
Sure.
fail of that, the Void is pretty much the next best thing.
Void
Yeah.
is probably one of my favorite cards. I'm just gonna say that now.
2 arms, military 6. You take no losses in a battle, can't be used against tier 3. I think this is probably an S tier as well, if not an A.
S?
or
I can agree with A. It's somewhat difficult to play. However, I guess there's no reason that you wouldn't play it. Well, I guess if you're going against Corlox, you wouldn't play it. But like there's a high chance that you will play it if you're able to.
I
But
think
it is
2
a somewhat
arms is
high.
fantastic.
Yeah, I
great
think
card.
it's great. Is it that much better than a healing?
Because
Is it?
people,
Even though it's
the
more
characters with
level.
military are more
True,
likely
true.
to be fighting
The
tier
same
2 enemies.
Yes.
Than
you are
the
correct.
characters with channeling.
It
I
is
would
one level
agree,
higher,
yes.
But yeah.
But
Yeah,
he
but just for
did
that
make that
reason.
argument earlier. Yeah, because like Nynaeve
Yeah.
hardly ever has troops, right?
Also, healing can only be used after you win. 2 arms can be used in any fight. It's a battle card. It's not when. It's
I don't
just
think
you
I
take
ever
no
realized
losses.
that.
Yeah, so you play it up front.
Wow.
2 arms.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
With A, I'm okay with that.
Treasury raid. Leadership 6. Steal up to 9 coins from an opponent. I think that's about
Fun to use, but yeah, I mean, discard. I mean, I don't think it's
maybe.
quite D.
I think that could be worse.
There's definitely, I would agree with a C. It's
Low
coin,
C?
which kind of sucks, and like in reality, you're probably not going to be using this.
not-
However,
it's not
it
worth its
could have
name.
its uses.
Yeah.
Sure, unless if you really needed coin for a big follower that you wanted to buy.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think it can go any higher than that.
No, I agree. Yeah, it shouldn't go above C.
Tree Song can probably go in B for me, though. Skill 5,
Yeah.
search a character deck or discard pile for no gear and recruit for free.
Sure.
Get a free
That'll
loyal,
let you get
a
loyal?
free Hammond,
Yeah.
I see.
get a free Halfer. I think
I
it's
agree with
a
B.
B at least.
Hoffa would be good, actually. Right?
There's a few
Depending
good
on the character
options.
you're playing with.
Like,
Yeah. Like loyal, obviously, is the big one there.
I think this
But,
is probably actually above the cards that are just harder to play based on levels.
Sure, it's because it's not that difficult to play. Like it's 5, but like it's not difficult to get your skill up, right?
And it helps get your skill up.
Yeah. It's
You get a free
useful if
follower
you're on
for it.
5 skill, exactly.
I think Tree
I mean, if you're
Song's
on 6 too, or 7 even.
pretty good.
I agree. I feel like Tree Skong's pretty good. I think middle of B
Maybe-
is a good spot.
Maybe like down here.
Uh,
Turn Cloaks,
Yeah.
Daystamar 7. Steal up to 4 troops from another player.
I like it.
4
High B, low A.
troops? C? High C, low B? It costs 7. Like that's a 7 to cast. You get 4 troops?
Thinking It's like.
Yeah, but you take
here.
4 from somebody else, too.
Sure.
It's pretty good. Like, I play Turn Cloaks a fair amount of the time
Yeah.
if I have the opportunity.
All right. I mean, I'll take your word for it, but
Like, it's,
I'm just going to
you got-
disagree.
I know that 4 doesn't sound like a lot, but you've got to think of it like an 8-troop swing.
Sure. Yeah, they're losing 4, you're gaining 4. I
Yeah.
get that. It is an action as well, though.
Yeah, it takes a turn.
Even better in a 1v1.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. In a 1v1, it's very strong.
I
or
don't think
stronger,
it's
I
like
should
it
say.
doesn't need to be any higher though. It's good there.
All right.
Twisted Redstone Door Frame. Only used at
Ooh,
Jangai Pass. Search an action. Search a deck for any
S?
card and reveal it and add it to your hand.
I say low S plus.
I'd say S plus.
You think so?
Find
I
any
mean, the potential
card in the game.
That's true. Which would be any of those S plus cards. Okay, fair. I accept. And
Could
it's not
be
hard to get
any
to
of
Jangai.
those.
Best card in the
You're
game.
going to be playing
Best
around.
card in the game.
This
Sure,
is
I can
the
agree
best
with
card
that.
in the game because it's whatever
agree.
you want
Yeah.
it to be.
That's true.
Also
I agree. I
easy
accept.
to attach to a follower.
Yeah. Like, it's the best card in the game. It's whatever
Yeah.
you want.
I'm not
What are you
arguing with
looking
you guys.
for?
I am
This
not
is-
arguing with you guys. This is okay.
Yeah,
You have convinced
I can
me.
see that.
Twisted Ring, on the other hand, not quite as strong as Haranguil. Not bad either, though.
No, it's
I'd say
pretty good.
Probably like a B.
A.
I don't
Oh,
think it's
better than a
always
B.
nice. I think there's a fair amount of games where I have it and don't play it. But there's a fair amount of
Yeah.
games where I'm like, I'm really
It is an
struggling to
action.
find this specific
That's true.
low-level card in an attribute.
Sure.
Let's see what I get.
I typically don't play it, but it does get better as the game goes. Because you could play it on tier 3, and it could be quite useful. Although
It's just worse
it
than
does
Fortnite.
then makes it's the worst
That's
foretell.
true.
Um,
It's also
it does-
your action, right? So you're not
this
doing
card
anything
thing.
else.
Yeah. I usually use it if I'm struggling to get off one level in something and I need to find a specific attribute low-level card. But there is a fair amount of times where I don't play it, so I don't think I can say it's always nice.
I know Icicle loves it for Egwene,
Yeah.
but I don't
Sure.
think that's a good strategy myself.
I don't think I like it more than a play in the game.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, I'd say that's good. That's a good spot for it.
Two Rivers Longbow, on the other hand, S tier.
A.
2 military,
S.
reaction,
Mm,
reduce the amount of troops lost by 3. It's just so good.
Yeah,
Anyone with
mean,
military just wants to draw. a
low
card.
S, but yeah.
Sure. You're always going to play it. Yes.
Like,
but I
if-
mean,
If Promised Power is in S, then this is in S.
I didn't agree with Promise Power being an S either. But whatever.
5 favor. It's just good value.
I mean, 5 favor is definitely good value. Yes.
Unfolding the Fan.
Very good
Cancel
defensively.
an
Sorry.
enemy ability that would occur at the start of the battle. 5 military, reaction. I think this is
Actually,
always nice.
This is super strong.
Because
Yeah.
it's always something you want
mean-
to have in hand, even if you don't end up using it.
I mean, I'd rather have that than Two Rivers Longbow. Honestly, I would argue that as an S.
I would
that
In the late
cancels
game, yeah. But
Sure.
I think I'd probably even like it better than 2 arms. I'd put it at the top of always nice.
Yeah. It's
Even
better when it
Promised
comes to
Power.
Forsaken.
It's so
Yeah.
much better when it comes to Forsaken.
We've only got 5 left, guys. Almost there.
Bedtime.
Unidentified object of power. I get to eat, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've been eating this whole time.
Unidentified object of power. Tier 2 plus follower. Discard a follower with a different attribute to the user.
I'd say that's similar to Usquai, maybe.
It's actually very similar.
Yeah.
Actually, it's easier to play than Usquai. It'd be better than that.
Yeah, I'll put it right next to Usquire.
That works for me.
Warded Conversation. This is probably like the same as what did we have a second ago that I was
Let's see.
like the Unfolding the Fan. I feel like this is a similar
Worded
level.
conversation? Oh,
Not as
no.
high, but like
What?
Well, yeah, like
I'd say it's
No.
almost always nice.
yeah, it's just it's insurance against annoying things.
Sure. What? No.
Mashadar,
I mean, C.
Ilfin.
Sure. So you're holding on to this card from, turn 3 or 4 all the way towards near middle late game.
Sometimes.
Or
Never
if somebody
using it.
plays an eavesdrop on you, you can
Yeah.
use it to gain a level.
Sure. You're hoping someone uses eavesdrop on you so you can play that.
At the worst,
That is the
it's a
only
very
reason you would
level.
use that.
No,
At the worst, it's
you
a
use it
freaking
when
card in
someone
your
plays
hand.
a Mashadar or an Aelfin or
Sure, the stuff that you're not going to get anytime soon at the
collecting
beginning, when you would want to use that. You're going to discard that card before you have a chance to use it.
Pick one up with 9 for free, basically.
Yeah, but you're not going to.
Like,
you're going to pick up the Battle Weaves and Gateway, and
come on, man, this is a decent card.
It's a terrible card.
I see it used almost every game.
Yeah, it gets used a lot. Gets played a lot.
Hate that card. That card is the worst card in the game.
I hate you.
I'm saying it now.
You're still here.
I would rather pick up
I'm a lovable doof.
Tier 1 weaves, but
that is the worst weave in the game.
I wouldn't say it's the worst.
Flimmertavalon gets that medal.
Okay, never mind. You're right. Sorry. I take it back.
I
forgot about that one.
Quite a better weave, I'd say. Wards is channeling 3. Action. Look at the top 3 cards.
Mid-A.
Look at the top 3 cards of a character deck. Discarding any enemies found, and then make a move. I'm
gonna say C on this one.
That's A.
Is that A? You're only going to use it at the beginning of the game.
No, you can use it at any point in the game.
Yeah, but you're not going to.
Why not?
You can use it as
you're going to use
look
that
for channelers.
Yeah.
Like you can
use it as random coming up. You can use it.
Yeah, if you're worried about
to stop Matt from getting a tier 2 fight. This is
a channeling level.
This is always nice. Like
I don't think so.
When do you draw this and not play it?
All the time.
Right?
It lets you make a move anyway, though. Like it's basically free.
Yeah.
It is free. If I obviously if I'm going to move, I'm going to play that card. But like I'm not going to go out of my way to pick it up again. Right, and that's what I'm looking at. Like,
but
all of these
nice
cards
isn't like going to pick it up from the discard pile. It's I drew this and I'm okay with it. Like that's not a shit draw that I'm. Annoyed.
I feel like that would be. I would argue that was B, but okay.
A is more. Yeah, I drew this and I like it, and I'm probably going to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, S is more like S and above is like what you would pick up from Had and Merc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did forget that you can make a move afterwards, which makes this a little better. Yeah. Okay.
It's half the card.
That's true. I forgot.
Daystamar 10. Gain 1 point for each action in an opponent's hand. I think this is pretty bad. I wouldn't put it in a D.
It's hard to play.
I'd say it's definitely at least an.
It's exactly the same as a heavier than a Malman.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Maybe ever so slightly better.
Right, especially if you're playing against Nynaeve or Egwene.
But it's equally, right? It gets a card that gets you lots of points, but it needs a high level to play. You know?
Yeah, it's hard to play. I agree.
Down to. The last card.
That's hard.
S plus.
Welcome pie. When a follower would be moved to the tavern row, you may recruit it instead. Daystamar 4. I'd say this is by average.
B? Yeah.
Probably put it like there because it's a reaction, so slightly better than the action that costs 4.
Yeah.
Wow, that's our full list, guys.
It is.
I'm not gonna.
Now, what do we want to change?
I'm not gonna
enter the ways.
I'm not gonna go through
down.
But I will post this in the server for you guys. And yeah, this has been fun. So we'll get this saved as an image. It makes like a big image, and we'll post it in the server. And if you guys aren't aware, you can join the Third Age Discord server. There's a link in the description of the video. Come chat with us. We always love talking to new people and getting into casual games with them. If you have no idea what Third Age is, what are you doing here? Download Steam, I guess. And I don't really think I have a lot to say. My brain seems a bit frazzled by this point.
Also, if you watched all of this and you don't know what Third Age is, what are you doing?
There's a link in the description. You can go click on it.
You can play it for free.
Yeah.
And we will be doing. We'll be back on the 3rd of September, Saturday the 3rd for Group A. That's my game of this month of League between me, Bob, and Jessica. So that's when you can next catch us live playing Third Age. With all that being said, I think we're going to say bye for tonight, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. Don't forget to spank the like button for RJ and spank the subscribe button for me. And the algorithm gods, or whatever people say.
Sure.
We'll see you next time.